I'd say, yeah.
Streaming is on.
Well, let's see if it started on YouTube too. Yes, it did. So I love this. You go live, and for some reason it does that to me every single time. But yeah, it says we're live. So Stacy, you can go check and see now if you can get the chat. It says we're live, so it should be showing up there now. But yeah, welcome to if we are live. Welcome to This Week Unloaded. And tonight we have with us the Kingpin. How are you there, Kingpin?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yep. And then next we got the New York Outcast. You may also know him as Rob D. How are you tonight?
Doing well. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
And then next we have Jason Stewart, who actually was in here first, but for some reason it's showing up in reverse order of how people got in here on my screen. So how are you tonight, Jason?
Rich, thanks for the invite. These are the days of our lives.
No, that's a soap opera on NBC.
Hey, that's a good soap opera, man. I watched that every day for years.
God, my grandmother was addicted to that shit. And then next, and the person who was actually in here first, we have Mystic Guns, aka Stacy. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see, out there in the chat so far, we have Earth, Buck, and Southpaw RX. So how are you folks out there tonight?
Evening, people.
So I'm sure by now everybody knows about what's going on with the ATF.
The ATF? What's that?
That would be the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
Oh, are they doing a Christmas party or something?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the jackbooted thugs?
Yeah, them. You know. Yeah, well, they've started their comment period, and you only got a few days to get it in because they're not giving us the full time that they normally do. And I'm going to throw the link out there for those of you who haven't seen it yet.
Has a total of 14 days, if I'm correct.
It says, I believe it says 16 on their website, but we've already lost a few of those days from when they posted it.
Okay.
But yeah, so get your comments in, folks. There's the link there because they're wanting to pull the bump stock thing with the arm braces now. And in this case, you know, bump stocks, there were a couple 100,000 people that had bump stocks. There are millions of people that have these arm braces, right? The pistol braces. These are one of the biggest selling accessories for a firearm currently in the United States. So, I mean, it's a pretty big deal what they're doing right now. So now I click and go Brady Bunch and everybody's in the right order. This makes a liar out of me. Stupid YouTube. Or Chamber. That's not YouTube's fault. I like some other things. But, yeah. And I went and did my comment today. If anybody wants to see that, I have it for free. Anybody who knows how to use the internet can go over to Patreon to see it. I didn't put it for just the Patreons. I'll throw that link out there too if anybody wants to go read what I wrote over there. So, yeah, it's a public post. So
you're on Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff too, Rich?
Yeah, I haven't put it in those places because knowing them, they'll probably take it down.
Yeah, I was gonna say anybody that does that type of stuff probably should, because it seems like I think more people might get on it this time than with the bump stock.
Yeah,
with everything going on, if they're aware. You know.
There are far more people that own braces than own bump stocks. Like I said, there was a few 100,000 that own bump stocks. There are millions that have arm braces.
Yeah, getting the word out will be the tricky part because
Yeah.
a lot of these things, a lot of things I don't hear about except for within these circles online and things. So if you're not looking, you're never going to see it. So the wider you can spread it, probably the better.
Mm-hmm. And if you missed the link, even though it's still there, if you go over to my Patreon page, that post that I did on it, it has the link there too for it. So you can always go over and check out my Patreon page over there, and you'll be able to get the link for the comments there as well. We've also been joined out there now on the YouTube side by Guns and Barbecue and Andrew Faulkner. So good evening, gentlemen. So let's go through the room and we'll see what everybody thinks about all this nonsense. We'll start with you, Stacy, since you actually were in here first and are actually in the right order on my screen now.
I actually don't know much about it. Explain it a little bit.
Basically, they're wanting to heavily regulate the bump stocks. No, not bump stocks. They're the arm braces. Like they got rid of the bump stocks, and bump stocks are machine guns. They're wanting to say that the arm braces are an NFA item.
I don't know. Like anything else, I think it's stupid, and they're just trying to, little by little, take more and more rights away. But I don't see why having it would matter.
Yeah, and Earth suggested putting it at the top. Yeah, I totally forgot you could do that. I totally spaced on that. Thanks for reminding me, Earth. But, okay, so Jason, what do you think?
Well, I hate to steal Rob's role and be Mr. Negative Nancy, but I think it's already a done deal. I think you're going to register them or you're going to be a felon. And they don't care what we say, what we comment, or what we do. Our best hope is the lawsuits, but courts haven't been on our side lately. So I don't think even if they issue it tomorrow, it'll have to go through the courts and it'll be a while. But ultimately, it's they've made their decision. They don't want them. They don't want the AR pistol. They're going to be gone. Hate to keep bringing it up, but we can't even have an election in this country. So without that, we have no trust in any court case at all.
Isn't it funny that a few months ago we had Trump put out an executive order telling them they have to leave things like the arm brace and stuff like that alone. And all of a sudden you get ATF people going rogue and doing what they want instead.
Well, you have Kyle having to go to court to defend the rest of his life for self-defense. And you have the McCluskey couple who are just defending their home, and they have to go to trial too. So, I mean,
yeah, the McCluskeys
times have changed.
Yeah, I'll agree with you with the McCluskeys, but there is some gray area with Kyle because of things that have come out. And, the guy that gave him the rifle, what he said about it and stuff, there is some gray area there where we don't know exactly what all happened. That, yes, he was legal to defend himself, but was he in legal possession of the rifle when he did it?
Well, I think a jury is probably going to let Kyle go, but I was just stating out the point. He's on trial when he shouldn't even be facing charges.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He could be facing a weapons charge, legitimately be facing a weapons charge. We don't know for sure on that front. The self-defense thing, I'm with you, but he could legitimately face a weapons charge for the way that rifle may or may not have been transferred into his possession at the time. So that's what we got to wait and see for that, where that goes. But yeah, I'm with you on the self-defense angle.
And I haven't heard anything, but the last I had heard was the guy who took one in the arm, who had the gun in his hand, was a felon, or wasn't even supposed to have a gun. He hasn't been charged with anything.
No, he hasn't been charged with anything. And he was a definite prohibited person. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to be negative, Nancy, but I think they've already made up their minds. They had their minds made up long ago. They're just telling you. They're telling you in so many ways, but nobody's listening.
What about you, Rob?
All right. Well, I strongly disagree. I would say Andrew Faulkner might be a gentleman, but Guns and Barbecue, he's a little bit more on the savage side of things. Now with the thing, I think we should all do what we can morally, try to do our part. But Jason kind of, stole my thunder in a sense. So, but I'll let him be the negative one, and it's horrible of him. So, that's basically where I sit. I kind of like you said, I stated it, I think last night on another show. I don't think it matters too much. But I think we should at least try. It's a small effort to consciously try to use the system in the right way, even if it is more than likely BS. But at least we did everything we could do. So before anything else ends up taking place.
What about you, Kingpin?
I pretty much agree with Jason.
Hey, man, mark the calendar, man. I said something that was right. Woo! Look at the big brain on Jay.
Hey, there's a first time for everything.
Now, Night Strike is out there saying Andrew Faulkner's a total gentleman, but he doesn't know about G23. Who said anything about G23? I never mentioned G23 once. I said Guns and Barbecue, not G23. But G23 is out there as well. So, hello, G23. So, yeah.
Mistaken identity.
Uh-huh. Yeah, poor Guns and Barbecue, man. He's getting mistaken for being G23. Oh, Lord. It's a sad day in Mudville.
What's all this hating on the polymer guns thing?
Yeah. Well, what's with this hating on the blind guy by Rob here? I mean, come on. You sightist bastard, you.
Well,
I'm
he's
not
from
hating
New York.
on
What do
the
you
guy.
expect?
It's equal opportunity. If I don't give him shit, that means I'm not being fair.
Typical New Yorker.
If they didn't have guns made out of plastic, then little kids wouldn't have nothing to play with.
I mean, just because he's blind, and that makes him where he can't hear so well. I mean, geez.
Yeah, I was really nice. I offered to be his guide anytime we are in the same place together.
I don't know if you'd want to follow her.
Hey, I may or may not lead him into a wall, but that's to be seen yet. Depends what kind of mood I'm in. He's aware of the risk.
Yeah, he's got kids depending on him.
Oh, God, G23 says Guns and Barbecue's his younger brother. If he really is, I feel sorry for him. That's all I got to say on that one. Oh, by the way, Andrew says, thank you for all the compliments. Oh, man.
And Pat's out there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's at least 3 people out there that have links that are, being lazy and, not using their link.
Well, they're filling it out. They want to see which, how far down the hole it goes before.
No, that's gonna be on Thursday night when we do the Not So Spectacular Christmas Eve Spectacular number 3.
Hey, and I wasn't lazy. I was here first.
Did you just say feeling it out to see how far down the hole it goes?
I think that's what he said. And I was ignoring the innuendos.
Wow. How did I miss that one?
No, I didn't. I just was letting it slide. I wasn't going to say anything. We don't need another one of those episodes.
Oh, why not? They're fun.
Well, Gunpowder Beauty's not in here for one thing, so it's no fun when she's not here because the innuendos go right over her head, and then you have to have Black Cat in here to explain to her what exactly it is we're talking about in no uncertain terms, and then her face gets beat red.
Well, Rob opened that door and left it wide open.
And she's apparently not out there still, or else I'd be getting called every name in the book out there in the YouTube chat right now. Hey, it looks like G23 jumped in.
Yeah, if it's over her head, just bend down a little.
Wow.
Too far? Sorry.
I don't know.
No, I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if G23 was going to respond. I don't know if he's having issues.
I don't hear what Yorkers say.
We've also been,
Here, Pat's
both have been
here.
joined by Pat. So we got G23 and Pat both in here. How are you fellas tonight?
Oh, not too bad. Just got back from my mom and dad's house. My sister came in from Texas and had a little bit of pizza and some beer, and yeah, feeling pretty good.
Can you adjust your volume just a smidge there, Pat? I mean, I could hear you, but people out in YouTube land might have had a harder time hearing you. Just turn up just a smidge if you can.
Okay, I'll try.
G23, what about you? How are you doing tonight?
Not too bad. Thanks for the invite.
Yep. And since you just jumped in before Pat, we'll go with you next. You were out there in the chat, so I'm sure you heard what we were discussing. What are your thoughts on the ATF race fiasco?
Well, they're doing this because they're in anticipation of the coup being fulfilled and Biden taking over presidency. So this way they can go ahead and start with the confiscation of the guns that Biden has promised on his website that they will do away with.
So what you're saying is it's a trap.
All I'm saying is that a lot of people are going to be goose stepping.
But are they going to be wearing white armor?
Blue helmets.
I don't know how much you heard out, Pat, but we were talking about the ATF and the arm braces and everything and whatnot. I'm sure. I hope you know what we're talking about. So if you do, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, just like G23 said, it might be in a little bit of anticipation for Joe Biden getting in. I'm not sure, but I don't understand why in the hell it was fine before, then all of a sudden it's not. So I think it's bullshit in my eyes anyway, because it was just fine and now it's not. So I don't understand it. I think it should still be legal since it was legal before. Then all of a sudden a alphabet agency decided they wanted to try to make it illegal overnight. So yeah.
Pat, it's not that the ABC alphabet is trying to do it. Is Biden and the left say that ARs, AKs, and some of those alleged assault weapons have to be banned. And so this is another way that they can go ahead and get a registry of who has what, so that once the executive order is in place, they can then go in and kick in doors. Just like with the Polymer 80. Why did they raid Polymer 80? Because they're all calling for ghost gun bans.
No, I totally agree with you, G23. I think that's just the start. I mean, it it's the pregame before the game actually starts.
Yeah, it'd almost be understandable if they were just going for AKs because, you know, they might be searching for commies, but not with everything else.
Hey, more of your terrorist organizations are using AR platforms anymore.
Well, look at anything they've said in their hearings in Congress and anything bills that they have proposed. It's saying it's an assault weapons ban is just a disguise like everything else. When you go read them, it's not just an AR-15 or an AK-47. You'll see they'll go all the way down the line to a 10-22. They want them all. I don't care what they say on the top of the page. In the text, they want pretty much everything. And they'll leave you with limited capacity pistols and revolvers, and then they'll just come for those next.
Yeah, it's pretty much the pregame before the game.
Just imagine they take everything away and all you have is your little pistols. Then there'll be something new like this. Well, your barrel's too long. Your barrel's too short. It's too heavy. Oh, we don't like the bullets that it shoots. If they can get away with getting rid of one, they'll just find a new classification and get rid of everything. But that's just on paper. The problem is collecting them, which they know is their big problem. But they're going to scare you and threaten you to make that job easier on them.
I think they're trying to get everything pretty much the style of New York in a sense. Some of these states over here where, you know, we have what they call the SAFE Act, and it's, you know, anything that looks scary or this or that is an issue, and it's got to be neutered or this or that. I think, you know, I kind of been thinking for a while now. When you look at the bills been passed around in a lot of different places and stuff, it seems like, yeah, maybe the money that's influenced it here is, we know, is obviously affecting other things as well. Maybe they're trying to push the same stuff kind of nationally because that seems to be the plan that seems to suit them, which again, once that was accepted, I think they would try to take, you know, go all the way down the line to everything, probably to butter nice. But so it's a crap deal, and I really hope it doesn't happen. But, you know, again, like stated before, they seem to just do what they want to do. So depending on how things go with this, you know, the end of the election here, we'll see how it plays out.
Did you hear about what they're doing to Smith & Wesson?
No, they're doing something to Smith & Wesson. What the hell?
Yep, Smith & Wesson's fighting back. New Jersey New Jersey subpoenaed Smith & Wesson. They want all their private, personal, company behind the scenes information on all their advertising and everything to do with that, and their company philosophy on advertising and anything they ever done. So they're attempting to go after Smith & Wesson like they did Remington.
Damn.
So far, Smith & Wesson told them go pound sand.
Good. Hope they do.
Now, if Smith & Wesson would just get rid of the damn Hillary hole and more firearms.
See, that's a good point. You see, Smith & Wesson did what they did to cut a deal with the Clintons to try to get in good favor. And in the long run, didn't get them very far. You get in bed with the Democrats, they don't care about you. They don't care about any of us.
I mean, the Hillary hole thing, it's ridiculous that they store putting them on guns. They got some that don't and some that do. What do you know what ones don't?
the real Ladysmiths?
Not just Ladysmiths, any of the there's a few of the J-frame snub noses that are double action only that don't have the Hillary hole. Any of the other ones which are double single action, they have the Hillary hole on them for no reason whatsoever.
I'm not a fan of the little key lock they have that came on my Compact 22. I know that's different, but it's same type of our idea, I think.
Yeah, it's the same basic thing.
Yeah, I don't like that. I wish there was a way I could just block it off. Yeah.
Or with the Smith and Wessons, there is you can remove them, and then there's a company that sells a plug that you can put in there, or you can have a gunsmith weld the hole close.
Cool. Yeah, I'm always concerned. Something could end up, I don't know, getting in there, engaging it, or something, or just becoming an issue. It just seems like an extra part I don't want on my gun.
Yeah, it's an extra part that's not required for operation.
Exactly. I love the gun. It works. I haven't had an issue, but it's a spot to collect dust and fuzz, and it's just something that shouldn't have to be there.
Yeah, the what you were just talking about with the excuse me, with the issues with something being able to get in there and cause issues is one of the reasons Taurus took them off of their semi-auto handguns, because there were people that were having issues where things were getting in there and were making it to where the lock would turn itself on, and you go to use the gun, and all of a sudden the trigger was locked and you couldn't get it back unlocked because the key wouldn't work because there was something in there jamming it.
Yeah, I could see that being an issue. Again, I haven't had any issue, and I don't conceal carry it, daily or anything like that for fuzz or lint, or carry it in a pocket or anything like that. But I have carried it with me for a couple weeks just to basically test out a holster, see what it felt like. And I got to tell you, it was like carrying nothing, carrying a 22. So for older people, things like that, I definitely see it's an option. People talk crap about 22, but it's better than a cell phone. So, but very easy, comfortable to carry, but I don't carry it all the time. So, it hasn't really been an issue. So I can't state if it could be or would be down the line, but I don't like the fact that it's there. I mean, it's like, it's just one more thing that could become a problem.
When they, a couple years ago, there was a lot of surplus Smith & Wesson revolvers out that came from like Ohio prison guards. And when you'd look at them for sale, they would say in there that the locks have been removed.
Well, hell, you can get a surplus Model 10 that never had the Hillary hole in it to begin with, or Model 19. G-Webs a couple weeks ago was live streaming a auction from the company out in Arizona that was doing an internet auction, and they had Smith & Wesson Model 19-3s in the auction. They were going for less than $450 at the time when he was live streaming it, which, if you don't know anything about Smith & Wesson revolvers, 19-3 is a early to mid 70s production year model of the Model 19, and $416 is cheap for one of those. Somebody was going to get a hell of a deal on one of those revolvers at that point. And the auction was almost over when he was live streaming it. Yeah, Uplift Mofo Party Plan says he bought a 642 without a hole. Yeah, that's one of those little J-frame double action only revolvers, and like I was saying, some of those are the only ones that Smith & Wesson has right now on their manufacturing list that don't have the Hillary hole still.
Now, do you know if the Taurus hole is any different than the M&P hole?
Most P holes are the same.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
I'm just wondering, Taurus was worked a little bit, a little wider, a little stretched out. I don't know. So
it was a little different because the Taurus ones were on the semi-autos. I don't remember them putting them on their revolvers like Smith & Wesson did. basically it's the reverse of Smith and Wesson. Smith and Wesson put them on the revolvers and not the semi-autos. Taurus put them on the semi-autos and not the revolvers. So it's a little bit. They work a little bit differently because they have to lock up a different mechanism.
Okay, well, because my compact 22 semi has a hole on it per se, the key lock hole. So
Yeah.
I was just curious compared to their Taurus semi-automatic holes, who's got the bigger hole?
I couldn't tell you offhand on that one, but generally, yeah, that you might have the one Smith and Wesson that actually has the Hillary hole on a semi-auto. I haven't seen them on the Sigma line or the M&P line. So
You got to be careful with stuff from Brazil. What it looks like on the outside may not be what it's like on the inside.
yeah, definitely got to be careful with the Brazilians.
The same thing in the hood, man.
Oh no, it's not nowhere near the same thing. It's nowhere near the same thing. You got
Who has the bigger
you got
hole?
them in Brazil that, until you get their pants off, you cannot tell. Again, one of the things you learn when you have to take a psychology class, and one of the lessons is how the porn industry affects modern civilization. Things you don't want to know, you end up knowing. Yeah,
I
but
apologize up front, Mystic, for the comments that are said tonight.
Shit, she's saying worse than this. But yeah,
Oh, I know. I'm just
Right,
throwing
she's
that
probably
out.
the pimp.
She's probably seen worse.
all I got to say is be careful going to the beach in Brazil. And we lost Jason. Did Jason just rage quit? Is there something Jason wants to tell us?
No, he's searching Brazilian beach pictures.
He probably was trying to do that and found way more than he bargained for and decided it was better to watch.
Night Strike obviously has not been paying attention because I am not obsessed with Brazilians. That was the topic of discussion at that point.
Jason,
Can you hear me?
did you
Yep.
rage quit?
Did I right click? I just had audio problems. I unplugged my stuff. When I plugged it back up, I couldn't have no sound.
So you done screwed up is what you're saying.
Equipment failure.
That's
Okay,
what they
the
claim. That's
description
what
said
men
you were
claim
gonna go
all the
look at booty
time.
holes.
That's what comes from watching Brazilian porn, Jason.
Yep.
I was just trying to warn everybody.
You might be playing with it too much.
Personally, I only buy American, just so you know.
That's not true.
Well, I try to buy American.
You've sent me pictures that prove otherwise.
I'm more into the Americans or Europeans. I kind of don't go below the equator, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Wow.
That I won't argue with because, I mean, you sent me pictures of Mosins and Berettas and who knows what others as far as firearms are concerned. So, all right. We'll let you go on that one because you have not sent me any pictures of any Tauruses or Bursas. Not that I can remember anyway.
Oh, actually, man, I do own a Taurus. I forgot. It's just a little one.
He's got a Bursa Thunder also.
Still counts.
I got a P22.
Is that the copy of the flip top
Yep.
Beretta?
Yep.
I don't think nothing's wrong with Taurus, really. I mean, I think if they're overall probably a cheap gun, but if they're cheap guns that work, so be it. I don't know. People have
they're
opinions about that, though.
they're Beretta series type guns. There's nothing wrong with those at all. I don't know too much about their polymer stuff, but
I haven't had a single issue with my G2C.
I wouldn't recommend the P22. It's awful small, and of course you can have finicky problems with any 22 long rifle. But that's I don't know, man. That little gun's about the size of a fake gun cigarette lighter. It's just something to have, I guess. I wouldn't just run out the door and buy one.
Yeah, if they're a copy of the Beretta flip-up barrel, yeah, those things are super tiny little things. And they're meant to be little pocket pistols, and that's exactly what they are. They are little.
Yeah, you could you could do something up close or in a room or something, but out on a range, even at 10 yards, you don't expect too much from it.
Yeah, they're what you would call a belly gun. They're designed to shoot the guy in the belly up close.
Yeah, there's not much for sights on them either.
I refer to those as get off me guns.
Yeah, same basic.
So at some point, Jason was concerned about getting raped. So I'm glad you moved on from whatever situation that was, Jason.
Yeah. Well, what those little guns are really good for is that flip top barrel. They're kind of a pretty stiff little gun to rack. They're hard to rack. They're hard to get a hold of, and they're pretty tough spring. But you can just you don't have to rack it. You can just load one into the barrel, drop the barrel back down, throw the magazine in it, and it's ready to go.
Yeah, it's like loading a single shot shotgun in that regard.
Bet that little thing kicks pretty good, huh?
Oh no, not too much really. It's just awful small, and I don't know. I've only shot it maybe a magazine or two. It's really just not nothing you really want to even really have. Sorry to badmouth it, but it's if you had real small hands and was small framed or something, maybe that's different. But for me, there's nothing about it I really like other than the wood grips on it.
Yeah, remember those things were designed for small people, so Europeans tend to be smaller than Americans, and they tend to have smaller hands, particularly like Italy, Spain, those areas. The areas that used to comprise the Roman Empire. Southern Europe. Anyway, you guys get the idea. But as far as recoil, 22, there's not a whole lot of recoil there. It really doesn't matter what size handgun you're shooting it out of.
I wouldn't mean like anything serious, but for a 22, I'd figure a gun that's, I don't know, 4 inches long, 3-4 inches long. Shooting that out, and I don't know. I'm only picture. I haven't seen it, so you're.
Those are tinier than that.
Yeah, I'd say maybe the whole gun's 3.5 inches.
Okay, yeah. So I figure something that damn small. I mean, in my mind, I'm referring to like a little Dillinger or something like that, I guess. So I don't know. Just seemed like those little things, like for a 22, that's the most kick you're going to get out of a 22. You know what I mean? It's something that tiny. So just seemed like it would have something. So I don't know. So I noticed some of the smaller 22s sound a hell of a lot louder, and maybe it's just because the barrel's so much closer. But they do sound a lot louder.
Yeah, they are. The little.
So I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was just curious. So I haven't. Can't recall shooting anything like that recently. So I was just.
Yeah, his the pistol that Jason's talking about, it's a little bit bigger than what one of those small NAA 22 single action revolvers are.
Okay.
Can't remember the exact name of it, but I think it's called a pepper box, and it holds 4 22 shells, and it was a Derringer type little hideout pocket gun from back in the day.
Yeah, pepper
And
box
it
is
held-
anything that goes multi-barrel.
Yeah, and I've never heard or seen one of those go off before, but if you could imagine 422 being shot all at the same time out of like oh man, it couldn't have been any longer than 2 inches on the barrel. It was freaking itty bitty little freaking hideout gun.
Right, you remember the game Clue?
Yes, I do.
The revolver in that game? It's not a revolver. That is a pepper box.
Oh, that is a pepper box? I thought that was a revolver.
No, it's actually a pepper box if you look at it. And it's probably a 44 caliber.
So
Ooh.
would that equal shooting a double barrel 44?
No, it's not that. It's not that powerful. It's not. We're talking 44.
Yeah, I'm being a
less
smart
than
ass.
44. Yeah, like a 44-40 or a 44 Russian, somewhere along those lines. But still,
I think
you
it'd be
don't
cool.
you don't want shot with 8 of those things going off at one time.
Mm. Well, you guys seen that recent gun, right? That I haven't seen one around. I can't even think of the name now. Came out, I think, last year, where it shoots. I think it's dual 22. It's got a little revolver thing with the funky trigger.
Yeah, it's the double barrel 22 revolver. What the hell do they call it?
Yeah. Has anybody? I mean, you guys got your hands on that, or?
Clover has. He said it's not very good.
Great. Well, it was cheap, right? I thought it was pretty damn cheap. You know, I don't know. I thought it might just be something to play with.
Yeah, I don't remember what the price on that was.
What kind of gun?
The 22 double barreled revolver.
Oh,
It's-
the one that shoots 2 at once with the
Yeah.
no trigger guard.
Yeah, I think it's 22 Magnum. If I remember
Yeah,
right.
like 8 shots, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's got-
a
it's got
2-finger
like a-
trigger.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
a staple gun like trigger on it, you know. Yeah, it's a goofy looking thing. That's for sure.
Okay, since we're kind of on the oddity ones, I can't remember who the heck makes it, but it's a super custom gun. It's a double-barreled 1911.
Yeah, I can't afford that.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Right. Somebody actually did a test on it here a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
Didn't that same company do a double barreled AR-15 as well?
That I don't know.
Yes, I have
I-
seen that.
I've seen that. Yeah, I got actually. There's a picture. There's a part of that in one of my videos. I think NRA in Maryland or something like that. They may have it. So I've seen that. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, they actually did a range test on that double-barreled 1911, and even at 20-25 yards, the bullets were still stacking in right beside each other, down range. So the way they cut, chopped, welded it all together and everything and put it all together, they actually did a really good job of keeping everything squared up on it. But just kind of an odd kind of gun. I mean, but if you want to put 2 bullets in one trigger pull, then there you go.
Yeah, G23 waiting for the double barrel G23.
I was reloading my 40 mag, so I had to put more of the critical defense in it.
What's that got to do with you wanting a double barrel G23?
Yeah, I don't want a double barrel.
Yeah, you know darn well if they came out one, you'd be the first one in line. You'd be like the idiots at the Apple store waiting for 3 days to get your new gun. Come on.
Nah,
Had to be over and
that would
under.
look pretty ugly. That would actually be pretty ugly.
Is one barreled forward and one backwards?
Now, if they brought out like a revolving barreled 23, I might be in the store for that.
You mean the rotating barrel, like on a Beretta?
Kind of like a Gatlin.
Oh, okay.
Didn't the Wild Wild West have a gun that shot backwards for it in case the bad guy took the gun from you?
Not that I can recall. You might have been watching Get Smart or something there, Jason.
No, it was a Western. It was like a peacemaker gun.
I know.
I'll remember. It'll come to me. I thought it was
They did something like that on the Wild West, where it was a trick where they were trying to get James West to shoot himself, but he was onto him and he turned the gun around and then shot it.
There was a movie like that, kind of. It wasn't a Western, where a guy kind of led another guy to a parked police officer that was supposed to be, passed out or whatever in a parking lot, disarm him, and he told him to let the cop go. And instead of letting him go, he wanted to pull the trigger on the cop, and the trigger activated needles in the grip of the Glock, and it poisoned the guy to death. And the guy that was actually controlling him was the cop, which wasn't really a cop. But basically, I liked it because if the guy wasn't an asshole, he would have got away. Like, he would have been fine. But because he was an asshole,
that's pretty standard issue on a Glock. If somebody steals it, it has poison needles.
Okay, I think it's a nice idea.
It's a Glock prick.
I'll take a keyhole for that.
It's the Glock version of a smart gun. Come on.
Yeah, I think that came out on the Gen 4, if I'm remembering right.
Nah, Gen 3s. In the U.S. made Gen 3s and then Gen 4s.
Well, it's prototyped
Wow.
with the Gen 3.
But seriously, would you guys be interested in over and under concealed carry gun? Say you could do whatever, 16, 17 round, but it shot over under, dual rounds or whatever. Would you be interested in something like that? Because a dual 45 is just too wide. You know what I mean? Like, to actually carry, and probably too heavy, being all solid steel, everything. But if it was, something, I don't know, polymer with double barreled over under, and you could actually carry it, and it was actually close to standard weight, would it be something you would even consider?
Well, with the way semi-autos work currently, it would have to be a side-by-side.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't think that far through. I'm just,
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to feed the
ball in here if you could. But
something like that would be kind of cool, because then you could, have two super nasty, like critical defense or something like that in there. And boy, if it was under 20 foot and you could get the pattern right on anything from 20 foot and under, boy, that just about split somebody in two.
You could have one barrel shotgun shell.
Now here's what you got to keep in mind.
410 slug.
If you had a double barrel 9mm, it would be one barrel for each war that 9mm lost. One barrel for World War I and one for World War II.
There you go.
I would think that it could be done. You would just, the magazine would push 2 rounds up, and you would have two pieces feeding into the chambers. You know what I mean? You would just, and worst come to worst, if you were down to 1 round, only the bottom
you ended up with
or
a double
top,
feed.
depending on the force, because the spring may block it. I don't know. It could probably be done. I don't know.
You'd have a double feed because the 1 round that you wouldn't have enough time because of the way that the semi-auto action works, the dwell times and everything. You wouldn't be able to do it over under. It would have to be side by side. That's why the 45, it's basically 2 45s that are welded together essentially. And you use the 2 separate magazines, 2 different mag wells.
Raining on my parade, man. Raining on my parade.
Yeah, the physics aren't there to do it.
I don't know.
Rob, just use 2 guns.
I think if you had 2 magazine wells with 2 magazines on it, one coming from the left and one coming from the right.
You would have to stagger it somehow, and then
Exactly. Yep.
it still would
just-
be problematic.
Oh, I'm sure it would. It would take some time to iron out, but if you could get one to go left and one to go right on a double stack, well, you could probably do it with a double stack magazine.
No, you wouldn't be able to do it with a double stack. You'd end up with a double feed again because of the dwell time. You would have to have the front. You would have to have one of the barrels offset to the rear a little bit. The top barrel would have to be offset to the rear a little bit. And you'd have to have one magazine in front and one behind, feeding both barrels separately. Or else you're going to, because of the dwell times, you're going to end up with a double feed every time.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is you've actually got a mechanism down below that actually kicks two at the same time, one to the left and one to the right.
Well,
Like
yeah,
I said,
if you
there
got
could
it
be a
side by
lot
side,
of
yeah.
them.
Rob's talking about over under.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It'd have to be completely rebuilt from the ground up, nothing like we've seen before.
Yeah, I don't think the way you're describing it would work either. You got to remember, you got milliseconds that slide is open for those rounds to move. If you're gonna have to go, that one round is gonna have to go up over the other one to get to that top barrel. While you got that open, and then you have an open barrel there. It's gonna be you would have to offset them front to rear, not left to right. And you would still have to take into consideration that dwell time. So with those, you're not gonna be able to feed both rounds from the same magazine. You're gonna have to come out of two different magazines.
Okay, well, I'll have to put my machinist hat on tonight and see if I can come up with some design.
You just need a belt-fed pistol.
What's the one part of a vegetable you can't eat?
The wheelchair.
Son of a bitch.
Well, there is that one guy that ate an airplane.
Oh
Wow.
God, that crazy French fucker.
I don't remember where he was from. He ate a bicycle, he ate an airplane, he ate a bunch of other crazy shit too.
Yep, glass and all.
I think we could figure it out. You know, if somebody wanted to fund the idea, we could spend a few $1 million and get a working gun duct tape together somehow.
I would hate to be the one that's firing it.
Oh, I'm sure Snob will volunteer for that.
Oh, I'm sure.
You can't hold on to an outboard.
I've got a degree in machining. If you start the GoFundMe, I will gladly start up that if you can get me at least a couple million.
We can get them all wrapped up in a ballistic blanket and it'll be fine.
But when I get done with the gun, I'm gonna have him sign a waiver that's probably about 45 pages long.
Yeah, that would probably be the safest bet. Jason will test fire it.
Okay, so what are the terms then, Rich? Does it have to be over and under and semi? It has to be semi-automatic, over under, and be concealable. Correct?
Yeah, that's what Rob said.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't see the physics playing in very well with that, because you would literally have to have the magazine kick the round out, the first round out, if you're going to do it from a single magazine, to where it propels that round up to the top barrel, and you're going to run into issues. You're going to have rounds that are just going to go flying out of the magazine when the magazine's sitting in your mag holder or your pocket or whatever. The spring would have to be so tight on that magazine spring, you might not even be able to load the magazine.
It's going to be gas powered from the barrels. Don't ask me how yet. It's just going to be gas powered.
Well,
I've got faith in Pat, so just send him the funding. He'll handle it. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, technically speaking, if you want to get really technical, all semi-auto handguns are gas powered by by the way they operate. I mean, sure, they don't
No.
call them a gas action system except for like in the Desert Eagle, but they're all the inverse property of the gas pushing backwards that operates them.
You know, you could have a a true double magazine, like a double stack, but not staggered rounds, and both of them fed up, and you could have like a divider, like a a vertical divider on the feed ramps, and have both sides of the magazine feed right into each barrel.
If you had a side by side, yes, it wouldn't work with an over under because, like I said, you would have to
Oh
literally
yeah,
have to
side by side.
throw literally throw the first round up
We just hold it sideways.
open and then catch it. The slide would have to catch that round and feed it into the barrel. Because if you look at the way a modern semi-auto works, the slide is what feeds the round into the barrel.
The back of the gun could be like a Cobra head, and the bullets could come out of the magazine and feed around a chamber on the sides and go in. One on top, one on the bottom.
Yeah, when I was talking about gas powered, I'm talking about gas powering the magazine, not the barrels.
How in the world? What are you going to do? Hook up a Briggs and Stratton?
Yeah, you could put a Briggs and Stratton on a Gatling gun. Man, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it? And Democrats would shit because it really did shoot
You have a Briggs and
300
Stratton.
bullets a second.
No, you'd have a Briggs and Stratton half CC magazine. Have a half CC engine on it.
Well, I was thinking about maybe a 250cc over and under 50 caliber BMG concealed carry.
Sure. Knock yourself out with that one, Pat.
I'll have the designs to you in about 2 days.
I'm drawing it on a napkin right now.
It's a serious business, guys. Serious business.
On your Rob, I've got enough machines, guys, and I've been through machining school and all that stuff. If I sat there and thought about it, it might take me 10 years, but I might come up with something.
You know, it's got to be built off of a P80 too.
You know, the Seven Wonders
Oh,
of
come
that.
on.
No. There's no restrictions
now.
like that. I mean, honestly, coming at it, different side of the box might be the best way, or something not so standard to come up with a mechanism. So as long as it's concealable, over and under, semi-automatic, and holds a standard capacity.
And Seven Wonders says we're nuts, and you know he's super serious because he spelt nuts with a K.
You could bolt two guns together almost in like a pyramid fashion, right? And hold them out in front of you, both hands, angled left and an angled right. And you could have a double capacity.
The triangle of death.
Yeah, and put you like a big anti-aircraft bomber ring sight on the front in between the two.
Hey, Chiappa makes a triple-barreled shotgun with the 3 barrels in a triangle configuration.
The angled Glock for the proper gangster.
Is Chiappa from Brazil too?
No, they're Italian.
That was hilarious, Rob.
Yeah, Chiappa is from Italy, so they would fit within your parameters, Jason.
Hey, Ozzy says tube fed. There's an option.
Yeah, but people complain about tube fed, and where you got to figure out a way to put the Kingsgate. Otherwise, people are going to complain because it uses the Henry loading system.
They don't complain about tube fed in Brazil.
We're not going to go there. We've done enough Brazil jokes.
Yeah, you start making more, and Jason's gonna have to go, start web searching.
Mm-hmm. Again.
Yeah, again.
So you guys get done with your Christmas shopping and crap yet?
Ain't even started.
man. I got dragged in the mall today. It was hell. It was hell.
Yeah, Olike done went and sent half my order to someplace in North Carolina, so they had to send out the other half of my order again.
I've
Dumbass.
been totally done for a week.
And there's Christmas presents in that order. Damn it. So now I'm probably not going to have some of the Christmas presents in time for Christmas.
All I got to do is I have to buy my mom something, and my little nephew, I'll buy him some type of toy or something like that. But then all I really got is my brother and sister-in-law, and I'm just going to give them a card, a little bit of cash.
I still got to get my mom something.
Actually, I'm going to also give my brother a box of 9mm and a box of 380. So, like, that really is a good Christmas gift this year.
Okay, Clover has I'm trying to wrap my head around this one. He says, do a tube fed, but then design a belt where the cartridges are end to end and feed them from the rear of the pistol. So he's saying a rear fed, tube fed, belt fed thing.
Damn, that's a lot of feds.
I don't want any feds coming to my house.
That just sounds like a Fed issue.
Yeah, whatever works.
That's a fetish for sure.
I was thinking I could hook 5 Outdoors on the top of like a reloading press with an automatic case feed, and it'd be like every time you crank a handle, you were shooting around.
That's called a Gatling gun. Or a puckle gun. Puckle gun would be cool. Imagine a modern day puckle gun. Please, some of you people know what a puckle gun is.
Yes, I know what it is. That would be
Is that
kinda
that great big gun on an old boat and it shoots all at once?
No, that's a totally different gun. But yeah, one of those would be cool too. But no, the puckle gun
That's
was
a
a
punch.
cannon. Yeah, the puckle gun was basically a repeating cannon that was flintlock. It was designed before the French Indian War. It was designed, I think, 1715, 1716, somewhere around there, by a guy named Puckle who was trying to sell it to different militaries and whatnot. It went through trials and everything, but I don't think anybody actually bought them. But it's a
yes,
cool
actually,
concept.
one person did. It was somebody.
Yeah, I'm talking country-wise, not one person.
No, it never went into service, but one of those rich overlords from some little country actually did buy some, and he had the guy come down there. I can't remember the names, but he had them come down there and brought the prototype and like 3 or 4 other ones later on, and he had those in his own personal collection, but they never saw service.
Yeah, but again, it was a cool concept for that time period. You would fire one, rotate the magazine essentially, which was preloaded with your flint and all that good stuff, the powder, the ball that it would shoot. You would rotate it, fire, rotate it, because you had to manually rotate the magazine. Fire, rotate it, fire, rotate it, fire. It was actually kind of cool the way that thing worked.
Yeah, I think Ian. I think where I'm remembering that from is Ian from Forgotten Weapons.
Yeah, he did a good video on them.
On that. So, but yeah, there wasn't hardly any of them made. Cool gun though.
Yeah. And remember, kids, the left and the anti-gunners will tell you that they were never thinking about repeating arms back when the Constitution was written.
Got a question for you people.
No. Next question.
I don't know. Have you,
It
maybe
costs
it's
too much.
happened or not, but have you received any cards from like unexpected people, like maybe a service provider or anything like that? And if so, how would you feel about it? And if not, how would you feel about it? Like, if you had somebody do work for your property and they sent you a card, how would you consider that on the holidays?
What, they send you a Christmas card? Yeah, I've had that happen before.
Yeah, or a holidays card because they'd rather play things safe and not lose a customer.
I've gotten Christmas cards from companies I've done business with. I get a Christmas card every year from one of our senators.
Yeah, what's wrong with a Christmas card, Rob?
Nothing. I don't think anything personally, but some people are funny. So, and some people are different. I don't know, I can't think of a word here.
He still doesn't want to say that he doesn't want to send him a happy Kwanzaa card.
Well, no.
How dare you send me appreciative
just
gift?
saying,
How dare
How
you say
does
you
that-
appreciate my
does that card mean anything to you guys when you get a card from somebody like that worked for you, or is that just tossed to the side, or appreciate
they
it?
remembered you. I mean,
We stack up the Christmas cards by the TV or
No,
pin them up, man. Yeah, it's part of the holidays.
Well, I keep cards too. I'm just checking. So, all right.
I stacked them in the
General survey.
fireplace.
yeah, you would. Make
All the
good
companies.
kindling, right?
I get one from my gun store every year. He usually signs it. Thanks for putting my kids through college.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Hey, Rob.
With a little note of what he's got for next for you, huh?
Hey,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yep.
Gary says, "You people," and Seven Wonders says, "What do you mean by you people?" I'm trying to decide if I should be offended.
No.
I don't
No,
mean
no,
it
Rob-
like that.
Rob is
I mean it as like a customer base or something. You know what I mean? Not custom. Just people.
Now, we got to set something straight real quick here with Seven Wonders. Rob is one of them protected classes. He's allowed to say stuff like that.
I'm not protected. Good Lord. I'm protected by my M&P.
Oh no!
Is the correct answer.
Rob,
I just mean people in general. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it from I send it out to people I've worked for, so I'm just trying to get a feedback because usually I don't get cards back, or I might get one or two out of like 30, 40 cards, which isn't a big deal to me because usually by that point it's late. They weren't expecting one anyway, so I don't, I'm not like a thank you card person myself. So I was just asking, just trying to get a feel for it through like the general public people.
Yeah.
Well, if it's people that you want to retain and maybe do work for at a future date, I would say go ahead. If it's people that you just don't want to and you'd rather just say fuck off, then I wouldn't.
it's a good way of advertising and keeping your business in people's minds too. It's like, yeah, we got a Christmas card from this guy. You know what? He did good work for us. We'll keep him in mind if we need something done again. So yeah, not only is it, you might give somebody a smile on their face by sending them a Christmas card, especially if it's something that's like a cute Peanuts thing or something along those lines. But then you're also advertising your business at the same time, so it's a win-win for you if you think about it.
Yeah, man.
Well, it does work. I know it works.
Our salesmen send out Christmas cards a lot, man. No one's going to get mad because you send them a card.
Cool. Yeah, I usually get thank you calls sometimes, things like that. But yeah, I was just, like I said, just trying to do a feeler out there and, feel it out, I guess.
Well, just watch where you put your hands on that feeling.
Especially in Brazil. I couldn't resist when you said watch where you put your hands.
You say big, I say holes.
People crack me up, man, working with the public. When you spend a little time with people in their homes sometimes, oh boy, they get you going. So one place I was painting just not too long ago, It's like talking about, it's rough on your shoulders, always working over your anything you do where you're working over your head. And the lady's like 80 some odd years old, I think. And she's like, well, I can give you a massage, like right in front of my lady. And she's all smiling and giggling and shit. It was just the funniest stuff. Like, people are so funny, like when there's not other people around, especially old people. They crack me up.
Yeah,
And no, I didn't take a damn massage, people.
Yeah, I just thought something too about your question with the Christmas cards. The local HVAC company, they send out Christmas cards and they include a fridge magnet in their Christmas cards. Whether you've done business with them before or not, they send Christmas cards out to the, any address that they can find in the area every year to send people Christmas cards with a fridge magnet with their phone number and stuff on it. So, and people will put that on their refrigerator and they got a billboard for that company if they need something done heating or cooling related.
Yeah. I can see bigger companies doing that if they're reaching out. I just like to thank the people I've dealt with. So I assume most of them, have moved on, especially if it's months ago. So just a nice little gesture.
To do that for your customers. I mean, fridge magnets really aren't that expensive. It's basically just a sticker on a magnetic strip, and they don't cost a whole lot if you get some of them done. You could probably, if your wife has a Cricut or your girlfriend has a Cricut or whatever, this is for everybody. I'm not pointing out one person, but you get some magnetic strips like Walmart or somewhere, and you can print out your own sticker, stick that on there. Boom, you got yourself a nice little giveaway that you can throw in your Christmas card if you're running your own business. And people will put those on their refrigerator.
I've got kind of a funny story like what Rob was talking about, just being with the general public. Back when I used to race, we used to sell sponsorship on the side of the race car. There was a local guy in here, and I'll just, he's not around here anymore, so I can say his name is Tony Hilburn. And he was a flooring guy. And my brother knew him pretty well, and he said, hey, I'd like to sponsor your guys' race car. You guys do pretty good every week. And he was a big race fan and everything. And so he gave us about $500-$600. And we said, well, so what do you want on the side of the car? And it said, Hilburn Flooring, a perfect lay every time.
That's funny. Did you put it on the car?
That was on the right hand side of the car. So when you were coming down the front,
did anybody else call him bitch?
Nope. Everybody,
got lucky.
More attention, and that guy had more business than he knew what to do with, because he hadn't really advertised or anything like that, and he was kind of he'd only been in Red Cloud like a couple of years. And a lot of people actually came down and, is that really a sponsorship on the side of your car? And I was like, yep. And I said, here's his phone number. And we always had business cards from every single one of our sponsors on the car with us if they ever wanted to get a hold of them. And we passed out more damn Tony Hilburn Flooring business cards and you could shake a stick at. Oh my God, it was fucking hilarious.
Gary out there saying about the Chamber of Commerce where he lives used to put a calendar on a refrigerator magnet along with the members of the chamber and their phone numbers, and had some small business things on them as well. That's a good idea too. If you're in a member of your Chamber of Commerce, and it might be a good thing for promoting small businesses in your area. Yeah, you can do a lot with a fridge magnet.
Yep. Well, funny you should say that. We were sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce of Red Cloud too.
Was there anybody you weren't sponsored by there, Pat?
Well, about 3/4 of the business.
Yeah, the insurance company.
Now we had an insurance company, Thompson Insurance Agency, on the side of the car.
See, what would have been big is if you'd been able to get Hornady.
Oh, I would have loved to have tackled those guys, but yeah, they didn't do any racing stuff, period. So yeah, it would have been neat, but I would have wrapped, if they would have given me enough money, I would have wrapped the car in their colors and everything and just been a one sponsor car. But no, they don't do racing, period.
Yeah, G23, what you just put in the inside chat, considering things we've talked about, you could have just said that out loud.
Maybe it was noisy. Maybe he wasn't able to. Maybe he had a reason.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good excuse.
You know what I seen today?
He had a reason.
Seen an old guy pulling garbage out of cans at the mall, right in the middle of the mall. You know, it's not that abnormal, but it's just sad during the holiday season. And then on the drive home, I was looking at all the snow on the road, come through an underpass, and there's like a dry spot, and then there's some guy laid out on the sidewalk. It is freezing out there, and he's just hanging out on the sidewalk. It's just a damn shame, man.
Sorry, I got to double back on this one because I didn't see the inside chat. To my knowledge, Red Cloud did not have a porn shop.
Yeah, Gary out there now saying when he met Tardot and Gunpowder Beauty in Tulsa a couple years ago, they had channel stickers printed on refrigerator magnets, perfect to put on a safe, etc., easy to move around. Yeah, if I remember right, they made those themselves too. That was something that was a project that Gunpowder did at the time when when they were living in Texas still, when she was doing little craft projects all the time. If I remember right, that was one that she did herself. She designed this. They designed the sticker and she printed them out and was putting them on the little magnet strips like what I was just talking about. And he said they're good for putting on your safe and whatnot and easy to move around. But yeah, I mean, just because it's a refrigerator magnet doesn't mean you have to put it on your refrigerator. Any metal surface that they'll stick to. And he just confirmed they did make those themselves.
The only free stuff like that I've ever really used are those little tiny calendars. I get them from my work insurance company, we'll say. And I keep that in the truck. And once in a while, like for something that's handy with the dates and things like that. But other than that, I mean, and really a cell phone can do that these days. But I like paper copies of things, file things. But I don't know, and even to take notes on the back of that's other than that, like the magnets and stuff. I never really look at my refrigerator. Like I'm not, I know nowadays you can watch TV and order dinner off refrigerators, but not my cheapo refrigerator. I think I got like a hand drawing on there. So
okay, Rob.
Most of that stuff I don't use is what I'm getting at.
Why were you looking at your ceiling?
Those little calendars you were talking about, did they happen to have scantily clad women on them?
Do they have what on them?
Scantily clad women.
No, man. It's my insurance company. They actually do an actual decent sized calendar. I actually use it at home. And my insurance guy was a gun guy, so they were actually kind of gun-based calendars. I think it was just kind of special on my end for those because I don't know that he gave those out to everybody, but it was kind of cool. And then he ended up retiring, and it's a family thing. Somebody else took over, but now they're like nice scenery calendars, so I like them.
Okay, you know what? If I forget which computer parts manufacturer it was, but they used to give away calendars with scantily clad women in them. So I mean, if a computer parts company can do it, why not an insurance company, Rob? Jeez, you biased against insurance company calendars now?
Well, I don't have like Acme insurance or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what companies you guys use, but
Now, Acme Insurance would have a bunch of failed Coyote devices on it.
Mine was
Great. So
redneck.
half-dressed coyotes carrying people across the border. Okay.
No, wrong kind of coyote. I'm talking more of a Wile E. Coyote. You know, and the Roadrunner laughing at him.
Yeah, one of the guys that I used to do business with all the time. He still had those little calendars with the risque women on it. I'll put it that way.
Damn, for the life of me now, I can't remember which one of those goddamn computer parts manufacturers did the freaking lingerie calendar every year. But there was one, I forget which one it was. Damn. But every year we would have one of those hanging up in the shop. And it had women in lingerie, and it was from one of the computer parts companies, one of the manufacturers. It was a big name one too, and I can't remember who the hell it was.
I know there's a calendar out there I would get. I can't remember what it is now. But it's something to do with the military. I think it's Air Force or something like that. All military service member women with you know, I don't know, military equipment, things like that, but they're dressed nice but still somewhat respectable. Like, you know, your kid can see it without it being too bad or something like that, you know what I mean? So like you can still kind of put it out somewhere, and you know, you wouldn't have to worry about your mom being ashamed of you or something.
Yeah, I don't know if Clover's still out there. He might remember what company I'm talking about. Damn, I can't remember what company it was that did it. I mean, it was all tastefully done. I mean, you didn't see, there was no nudity or anything, but it wasn't what you would expect from a computer parts company. You know what I mean?
Here's your motherboard, computer, tech, and supply.
God, I driving me nuts because I can't remember what company it was.
So I don't even trust those computer tech companies anymore. Those service companies, the providers, like, you know, they're like required to mandated report on you if you have anything on your computer. You know, I bought my last computer refurbished from Walmart. I mean, how the hell do I know what could still be on there? You know what I mean? It's like just concerns me. I don't like other people messing with stuff.
No, if that's
the case, that means they got to be scrolling through any photos and anything else you have on there.
Yeah, refurbished stuff, they come with new hard drives. They don't.
I don't know. I just don't like the fact like they got to take the time to run their checks supposedly and search through all my shit. Like, if I bring it in for this item, just fix this item and it should be out the door. Like, I don't, you know. So when somebody hires me to work in their house, I'm not supposed to come in and snoop through all their drawers and shit. Like, I don't understand.
You don't want them to see all your naughty pictures.
Yeah, DJ.
Well, if they're gonna see them, I should get a percentage or something. You know, they shouldn't just be able to just copy it off and play with them themselves.
Yeah, DJ Play Nice is asking, non-nude equals tasteful in a business location? Yes. You don't want to be working at a computer shop and have somebody bring their laptop or desktop in for repair, and behind the counter where their kids can see it, you have a naked lady calendar. That doesn't go over well.
Or have a photo book somewhere that has, you know, pictures that you can't find.
And a lot of small shops that say they don't have a bathroom, they do, but they can't show you what's on the walls.
Because your phone number is there?
His phone number is everywhere.
You ain't allowed to call me anymore, G.
What about me?
That's fine. But he just goes on and on, 3 a.m, and oh, Jesus.
I didn't hear you complaining.
He never complains when, you know, never mind.
He's too nice of a guy. He won't ever complain.
What's going on in the chat? Anything? I can't see it. So if anybody's saying hi, hello, if anybody's giving me the finger, then
No, nobody's giving you the finger.
hey,
Everybody is. Don't lie to him, Rich.
Do you
Everybody
have
is.
a guilty conscience where you think people are flipping you off? Jeez. Yeah. Right
You
now,
You got took off the Christmas card list, Rob.
Yeah, well, right now, hold on, guys. Right now, I remind everybody to go up to that pinned link, and if you haven't made a comment yet on the arm brace ATF fiasco, go up there to that link when you get a chance. You don't have to do it right this minute, but the link is there. So make sure you get your comments in. Hopefully we can do something to stop this idiocy. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. You guys were talking about the Christmas cards again?
I said Rob pissed the chat off, and he's not going to get no Christmas cards.
It's a possibility.
And the other half of the chat ran to their workbench trying to make a double barrel pistol.
That's a possibility too. I mean, we had Clover out there thinking about it. He
Nice.
might not even be in the chat anymore. He's out there trying to figure out how to make this thing work with tube fed, belt fed, feed from the rear thing.
It's going to give me a headache all day tomorrow.
You're
I've
just gonna have
already
that in
got
the back of
pen
your
and
mind
paper in
all the time when
hand.
you're putting up fake wood paneling and everything.
Yeah, I'll probably end up going to like Lowe's or Home Depot and just walking around in a daze looking for something I could make a double barrel out of.
Jason's gonna be going in to get some wood strips for doing the borders on the doorways and whatnot. And instead, he's gonna mysteriously find himself in the plumbing section looking at copper tubing.
Okay, well, let me ask this real quick. Do both barrels have to fire at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, I just double checking. I'm sketching stuff down. So
And Snob is going to test fire it.
What?
You hush. we already ironed this out. You hush.
It's got to be able to kill real good.
Yes, we've already determined, Snob, that you are the guinea pig.
Nah, I got welding gloves. I ain't scared of nothing.
see, I told you, he's a perfect guy.
He ain't
okay.
scared.
What am I doing?
Hey,
What am
Mystic,
I doing?
you did add that double indemnity to the life insurance, right?
Hey,
I will beforehand.
I just want y'all to know I'm married to Stacy. I ain't scared of nothing.
What about a double-barreled handgun that's got some combination of a tube-fed and belt-fed mechanism
Nah,
that feeds from the rear?
no problem.
We're inventing a new gun.
I built a 12-gauge shotgun out of some pipe and a 2x4, and I shot her.
but Pat's
You
designing
see? This is perfect. It's all coming together.
this. Pat is designing this thing. It might end up looking like a prolapse cow butt.
Oh, I sent a picture of that to Obnoxious the other day, what that looks like. I thought the Hens chat was going to puke out there.
That's perfect.
God, now he is going to make it look like a prolapse cow butt.
No, I'm doing the video this winter because I guarantee you I will have to pull a calf or there will be a prolapse. I can guarantee it.
Come on, man. We don't need the videos of that. Come on.
It's good. All I got to say
We don't
is
even need to hear about it.
No phones if you don't.
We just want the sizzle, man. We don't need to know about the rest.
yeah, it's a good thing Ghosts were out there, because if he was, he wouldn't be anymore.
I just want to eat the steak, man. I don't care what it took to get there.
Exactly. The less you need to know, the better, right, Jason?
Yeah. I don't need to see the whole cow. I just want enough for dinner.
Well, sometimes you got to go shoulder deep.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. Osby's out there saying, just remember that tube fed was his idea. So, yeah, whenever we get the patent going on this thing, we have to include Ozzy.
If you go too deep, It takes years and lots of money to climb your way back out.
Yeah, and he might get kicked out for a week.
I bet nobody was expecting to come in here tonight and get into an engineering conversation.
Hey, I knew Snob would be the perfect person to test fire it.
You mean the perfect test dummy?
Pretty much.
Crash test dummy.
Hey, man, if he'll pull the trigger on the Altor, he'll pull the trigger on anything.
He can pull the trigger on the Altor, but he can't hold on to it.
I held on to it.
I didn't know it had a trigger that you pulled.
Yeah,
Well,
you-
how else would you
yes, you
shoot it?
pull the trigger, and then when you let go, it fires or something like that.
I held on to it.
That just means you have stronger hands than Snob does.
I'm just better at everything.
What about pissing in the snow?
You think I can't do that? I'll prove it.
Have you written your name?
Yeah, what's your name? I'll spell it for you.
May not be able to write my name. I'll have to try that a few times. Well, I'll get it perfected. I have a Go Girl somewhere that works.
Video or it never happened.
I bet I could with that Go Girl.
Even if you don't have any snow, you can still practice.
Yep.
Just don't slip and fall in it.
Just because you men can't stand up and not fall doesn't mean a woman can't.
Well, the last time I seen a lady pissing on the side of the road in a snowbank, it almost got ugly.
What were you doing in San Francisco?
No, that was New York.
So it don't snow in San Francisco, at least not very often.
I got a challenge for you. Try pissing around the corner.
With the wind?
Has to be awfully crooked for that.
And DJ Play Nice put out there the typical warning: don't eat the yellow snow. Yes, don't be like the bear in that old airline commercial where the rabbit on the other tail fin had to tell him, you know that's not lemon flavor, right? And the bear was like, wait, what? Come on, you guys don't remember that commercial?
I think I do remember it.
You know, each of the tail fins on the different airplanes had a different animal on it. They did a couple different commercials with them. I forget what airline that was. I don't even know if they're in business anymore. It was one of those little small economy airlines, kind of like JetBlue, but it wasn't JetBlue.
Little puddle jumpers with duct tape on the wings?
No, not in the commercial anymore. But yeah, their Christmas commercial was the bear. They were talking about what they like doing for holidays in winter, and the bear goes, eating yellow snow, and the bunny's like, you know that's not lemon flavor, right? I think the bunny was voiced by Ray Romano, if I remember right. Or somebody trying to sound like Ray Romano. Your favorite person's out there in the chat now, Stace. And he says, don't eat the big white mint. Yeah, don't do that. Some places they'll be green, but you don't want to eat those ones either.
Oh, him.
Yeah, your favorite person.
No, not even close.
You know you love him.
Don't make me throw up.
We're talking about your love affair with Night Strike again.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh. Talking about
So-
Obi-Wan.
You guys notice a lack of anything when you've been out shopping? The ones that have?
Lack of money in my pocket.
Lack of a crowd.
It's business as normal here. Just everybody's got their mask on.
All right, thank you. All right, I was just curious. I know we were trying to find small, like ski pants, snow pants. Couldn't find nothing anywhere. So wasn't sure. I know it's that time of year, so I was just curious. There was something else the lady was looking for. She couldn't find.
Kosh Bagosh.
What's that?
Kosh Bagosh. It's a type of pants. They probably have like snow pants for kids.
Yeah, good luck finding one of those stores anymore. I haven't seen one of those in years.
Yeah, I thought they just sold like those jean painter bibs or something.
Well, they used to have snow pants that were kind of like those.
Okay. I think I recall seeing something one time, but yeah, I don't know of any store like that, but I don't know. I was just curious if it was just a local thing or what. I don't know. So I haven't really been out looking for much myself yet.
Imagine that. Rob can't get snow pants in a state where it just snowed 40 inches. Couldn't imagine there being a shortage.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I guarantee you there's some Carhartt bib overalls somewhere.
I
those
I got those, but I'm looking
warm.
for. Yeah, and it's not for me. I have pants too, like snow pants or whatever, ski pants I use because, obviously
Walmart,
you can
right.
comfort and work in them. But
Yeah, I know you're not a Walmart fan, but you might want to look at Walmart.
I prefer something that's quality and durable, and I mean, it's not for me, but it's just something
my
that
wife bought us a
will
couple
last
pairs
more
from
than a
Walmart.
single year.
I'm telling you, my wife got her and me a pair from Walmart a couple years ago, and those things have held up.
Yeah, but you're not outside playing in the snow. I'm talking about for a kid.
No, I've been outside shoveling snow.
Oh, you want kid size?
Yeah. You know what?
Oh, I was going to say, come here where I'm at, because we got so many illegal aliens that live here. The only thing you can buy in the stores is small and mediums.
Got a ski store in your area?
Not that I can think of. We did, but he's already got it going.
I would say, I bet you there's like a farm and ranch store that would carry like Carhartt for kids.
No, the ones around here don't carry kids anything in clothing.
I bet Amazon has them.
That's kind of what I was thinking, Pat. Almost like a double slide, so it would just pop out. It just mimic it, but no, mimic a regular semi-auto action. You're on the right page. Keep it up, man. Keep it up.
Well, that's just a rough etch. That's kind of what it would kind of look like in my mind. Anyway, I've got to figure out the gas porting going down to feed the magazine to really boost up the because there's going to be pistons inside of those true side-by-side magazine.
If you can shape it a little bit more like an M&P, there might be $5 in it for you.
Yeah, I don't see that.
No, it's just rough drawing. It's a rough drawing. I'm kind of just
I'm
sketching
still
it in.
trying to wrap my head around the physics of this. I just don't see.
Keep that Glock. Keep that Glock. Look,
working in that manner. Just
I'll get it there. I'll get it there. I'll have a pretty good sketch here in the next couple days.
No,
hey, did you get the physics of the dagger or that mysterious MP5? No, but you still wanted it.
No, I get the physics behind those. It's one's an MP5 and one's a Glock. They're not hard to figure out. But Ozzy has a suggestion for you: road trip to the Poconos. Just talking to you, Rob.
No. Yeah. Hey, anything's possible.
Yeah,
But,
they got Poconos have all kinds of ski shops. I mean, it's a big ski tourism area. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, because I don't know. I'd like to go get a place, cabin with a hot tub, and just relax for a weekend anyway.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't know if I
that
can afford to, but you know, it might be a good excuse to have to do that to go find a pair of pants. You know.
probably can find some in Buffalo, New York, probably somewhere on a corner.
well, Poconos might be closer to where he's at than Buffalo, depending on exactly where in New York he is.
Can't you just take them from somebody else? You got a M&P Shield.
What about the Catskills? You can always head up to the Catskills too, for that matter.
Yeah, there's actually a ski resort not too far away, so I'm sure they probably have something too. Probably overpriced, but something. But no, I try not to jack little kids unless I really have to. You know, it's just bad practice. You know.
The thing you got to ask yourself, though, if you're talking about for little kids, do you really want to spend a lot of money on something that they're going to have grown out of by next year?
No, but I'd like to buy just a little big, and hopefully you can get 2 years out of it, and it's durable.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm more about function. Like I'm a cheap bastard, but with certain things, it's just
here's the
better
problem.
to have nice stuff and not have rips and holes and crap everywhere. And
you plan for 3 kids being able to wear something for 3 years, and then they have a growth spurt where it looks like they aged 3 years in 1 year.
yeah, it's true. It's true. But you kind of get screwed. But I have. But it's just like with kids' coats. I would rather. Like, I'm not buying a kid's coat from Walmart. No disrespect or nothing, but, you know, if I get stuck on a back road somewhere and this and that, and we got to wait hours, because there's a lot of places without cell service, things happen. Like, I buy stuff for survival in a sense. So,
Well, don't feed them so much. They won't grow.
A little more money, but, you know, the stuff actually will do its purpose. You know, if something happens and you're outside for 6 hours, your kid's not going to get frostbite and die or something. You know, things like good gloves, good hats, not the bullshit cool stuff. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound like a snob or not, because I'm really not, and I can't afford to be a snob. That's snob's job, but
that's copyrighted.
You shouldn't cheap out on your kids' stuff, is what I'm saying. You can't predict life, and it's better they're over covered than under covered. If that makes any sense.
Rob said it. Don't buy your kids a Glock.
Yep.
Hey, now.
Buy your kids
cheap out on the stuff that don't really matter.
Get them a PlayStation instead.
Yeah, good luck finding one.
Yeah, why do the video game people do that every time? They come out with a brand new system for a lot of money, get everybody hyped, and they do it at Christmas, and then they don't have any supply to sell to anybody.
Well, part of the problem this year is COVID. None of the new stuff is on the shelves. Computer hardware, PlayStation, Xbox, none of that shit's on the shelves now because of COVID. And they had to release it because it was on their calendar to be released and all this other shit. And so they released what they had.
Who let the chicken in?
Be nice to me.
Good evening, Gary.
Hey,
Did
Gary.
you settle your copyright with Facebook?
I never heard any more from him. That was funny, though.
Yeah, maybe you remember, Gary. What was the computer parts company that used to put out the lingerie calendar every year? Do you remember?
Computer parts company.
Yeah, it was a computer parts company.
Well, there's only a few. Are you thinking like, let's see, what is it, Crutchfields or?
He's on a roll.
Yeah, it was one of the big computer parts producers that used to put out this calendar every year, and I can't remember who the hell it was.
Tiger Direct?
Yeah,
No,
Tiger Direct or Crutchfield or something like that.
No, this was actually one of the manufacturers.
Oh. So you're talking like a company that actually make computers, not parts.
No, they made the
Kinda
parts for computers. They didn't sell the parts. They made the parts. You know, it's like Asus or Gigabyte or one of those kind of companies that was making these, that put out these calendars every year. I can't remember.
Like Compact Thasario?
Yeah, I don't know. Of course, I would never have such a thing as a calendar with bikini clad ladies on it or anything like that. I don't ever remember seeing such a thing anywhere. Not on toolboxes or any of that stuff. It didn't happen, of course.
Yeah, there was one. They used to have one hanging in the shop I worked for
Or garage walls.
years ago. I can't remember who it was that had it. Who put it out? It had their logo on the front of it, and then you open it up.
Snap-on tools used to be famous for those things.
Yeah, Snap-on was. We had one of those too. Because
Snap-on did a couple that were naked.
Dylan reloading presses are pretty much pinup calendars.
Yep. Dylan does it. Yeah, it was basically like the Dylan calendar. I can't remember who the hell it was that did it though. Oh well.
Trying to think who made computer parts, especially motherboard companies. I don't.
Yeah, it was one of those big companies. It was, I just can't remember which one of them was. And you had to go to the one trade show to get the calendar.
Probably like Dell.
No, it wasn't Dell. This was a components company, not a pre-built company. Maybe it was.
I gotta jump back for 1 second about Jason's comment about buying a video game. I think that's a bad idea. For small kids, the last thing you want to buy is something to get them to sit on their ass and become obese and not do anything in life. So get them outdoors, get them active, especially now. So sleds, outdoor equipment, things like that, off their ass.
Yeah, we had the Snap-on calendar in the back where all the work was done. We used the company bought Snap-on tools like screwdrivers and stuff for building the computers with.
Yeah, I wouldn't personally know about them, but my dad worked in a GM garage most of the time I was growing up, so I spent a lot of time back in the garage and in the parts room and stuff like that. I saw what was back there.
Yeah, but the other company's calendar, that would be it was up behind the counter where customers would come in and they would see the calendar.
Okay.
And not only Snap-on, I think Mac Tools had them too.
Yeah,
okay,
Mac.
I just slammed my phone down, and I'll never do a Google search again.
Uh-oh, what'd you find?
I tried to find the computer components pinup calendar,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get anything. So out of my brilliant wisdom, I decided to change it from pinup calendar to girly calendar.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And they have a pinup calendar of the Golden Girls.
Oh, no.
That's awesome. Send me a link. Can I order it?
It's hilarious.
I'm going to be sick worse than COVID, man.
And I thought he was going to say he found one of those Brazilian pinup calendars.
Jason, I thought you liked older women.
That's like seeing your grandmother.
No.
Yeah, but I don't collect antiques.
Oh.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Jason. Older women make beautiful lovers. Older women, they understand.
Maybe when I'm a little older.
I've been around some, and I have discovered.
See what you did. You got snob singing now.
See what you
Keep
did.
an eye on Snob.
Way to go, Jason.
Oh, it was
Thank
worse
you,
for
bro.
me, man.
It's all
It was
Jason.
way worse for me.
Jason, don't lie. You know you liked it.
No, I'm serious. It was like it said the Golden Girls calendar. It was in all them mod and all them from the 80s, man. Oh, I can't believe I just relived it in my mind.
That's burnt into your. That is etched into your brain. Now you'll never
what's
ever
worse,
be able to
Jason?
get that out of there.
You know what's
He is going to be
Next
dreaming
Sunday,
about
I
that
will
tonight.
be in church.
Yeah, you know what?
You
You
better
know,
be.
there's something there that makes that even worse. You
Huh.
just mentioned B. Arthur as Maud.
Well, that's who I think of when I see B. Arthur.
Oh, God,
Because I'm old and I remember that.
I couldn't stand B. Arthur.
It's Maud.
Then there's Maud.
Remember her ball-headed little mustache husband?
Fantasy.
Yeah. Well, the best part with Maud was when she would be on All in the Family and her and Archie getting into it. Archie couldn't stand her.
Archie didn't like anybody.
No, he really couldn't stand Maud.
Oh, he liked Richard Nixon though. And Sammy Davis Jr.
Go look for the episodes of All in the Family where B. Arthur was on there playing Maud. Because if you remember, Maud was a spinoff of All in the Family. She was Edith's cousin, and the two of them did not get along at all. And the two of them just arguing back and forth was hilarious.
So is Clover out there working on a design?
I don't know. I think Clover's out there working on a naked calendar of B. Arthur from his.
That's what he says. It'd be on the 2021 CloverTech calendar coming out here soon.
Ozzy wanted me to post a link, but truly honest, man, I don't want to go back there again.
You have it downloaded on your phone as we speak.
Yeah. It's in your history. If the FBI, raids your house, that's going to be on your computer.
Did you already finish, Jason? Jeez, that was quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm still throwing up.
Yeah, Seven Wonders said basically was going down basically the same line of thought I was that you found one of those girly boy calendars. He says Asian. I was thinking Brazil from our earlier conversation, but yeah.
I'll just say if you're on the knowledge quest to find out what computer parts had a calendar, be very selective in your Google search.
How are the springs going to work? Are those fixed barrels?
In Clover's B. Arthur calendar?
No, it's going to have a wishbone spring system on the inside. With the upper barrel is going to be spring assist with a gas piston drive to accelerate the feeding process to the upper barrel.
All right.
Okay, I am a sick bastard. You can actually get the Golden Girls pinup calendar at Walmart. It's only $14.13, but they're out of stock.
Yeah, they're out of stock because Jason ordered 100 of them.
Probably. He's giving them away.
They're out of stock. That's crazy.
Oh, it's a 2020 calendar, so it ain't gonna do you much good anyways.
Do they have wheelchairs and oxygen tanks?
No,
Buddy, I haven't made it past the cover, and that's about all I'm gonna go.
Seven has a interesting but at the same time disturbing question out there. He wants to know, was B. Arthur the first known trans in America?
Oh, hell no.
What do you say, Jason?
I didn't know she was.
I don't know. Just play along.
Oh.
It's a yes or no question, man.
Yeah, she's OG, man. She's original.
What about you, Pat?
Here's a Ruth Bader Ginsburg pinup
Gosh, I
calendar.
can remember Tiny Tim back in the '60s for crying.
Yeah, I
out
thought
loud.
Ruth Balzac Ginsburg was one of the originals, so I'm still kind of scratching my head.
Okay, it would appear, Seven, that the consensus answer to that would probably be no.
Why can I not find this? Amazon don't have it?
What's he yapping about?
I don't know. I couldn't hear him.
I'm trying to find a calendar to mail someone.
So how come there isn't a YouTube gun channels calendar yet?
Ooh, we could do that. We could so do that. I got a picture of Snob you can put on there.
What 12 of the gun channels are you going to pick?
Let's just throw them all in a ring. I don't know. Virtual ring. I don't know.
I can
Do
vouch for Snob still being alive. I saw him today.
Do a vote or something.
So New York wants January. We've got that down.
Now, Clover wants
All
to
right,
know.
is that a gun part or some type of?
I don't know what he's designing over there. He could be designing new.
That little cone thing doesn't take batteries, does it?
No, it's all spring and gas. It's all spring and gas, just like
Okay.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, you guys put a challenge up to me, and I'm in it. And I used to be an engineer, so here we go.
Are you going to make sure? Are you going to make sure that it has RMR ready?
Is that going to be another stipulation to the deal?
That's not one of my requirements. So
It is now.
Clover,
Okay, you want
Clover wants to
RMR?
know, how can you be the original trans? Isn't that an oxymoron?
Okay, I'll try to fit that in on the build.
Who did he call a moron?
but wouldn't that RMR need to have two points of impact on it?
Yeah, one for each barrel.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm going to have adjusting screws on the back side of the barrel that will actually direct, depending on how you want to shoot the gun, out to what range to be able to stack those bullets, how they go in. Because if you want a little bit more of a spread, you're
Nice.
going to be able to cant those barrels just a teeny tiny bit. So that way you can put two great big assholes. Or
With two big assholes.
Nice.
two big assholes. Hey, you guys are dreaming this shit up. I'm just trying to engineer it.
Wow.
Two big assholes, huh? So,
I think this is the beginning of something good, man.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, I'll break it down a little bit here. On the right-hand side, where I think I can get the second shell around the first barrel up into the top barrel, if I've got a gas-driven system on the one side on the magazine, I think it should work as long as it is a sealing magazine, as long as the magazine is sealed, to keep the gas pressure inside the magazine. Everybody went really quiet.
we didn't know if you were done talking or not.
I'm just trying to think of the next cool thing to get you on once you got this done.
Oh, he's got to upscale it to a rifle next.
Oh,
Well, if
rifle-
you can nail this action down, there's a lot of possibilities.
Oh, if it
And I bet
rifle
if you
too,
look
right?
in the U.S. Patent Office, somebody's already done it.
Yeah, but does it work?
Whether it worked or not is irrelevant.
Right, but well, I've got lathes and stuff, so here we go.
That's actually going to go out there and build this thing. See what you started, Rob?
Hey, in 10 years, you might thank me.
Yeah, if it don't get shut down by Ben Biden.
By that point, there might be one in every local gun shop. The Altor will be jealous. So how about that weather?
Okay, Rob, what caliber did you want this to be in? Did you want it multifunctional where you can do like anywhere from like a 380 all the way up to 45, or what did you want?
Well, first thought would be 9mm, but I don't know. Something you could slap two calibers in would be nice, or not two calibers, but I don't know if it could be a multi-caliber weapon. That's an option.
You can't even find 9mm.
But I'm fine with a double 9mm. Figure that's
Okay, so
I don't know who's gonna complain about 18mm coming at you. I don't know, but
How about a 9 and a 40?
that's
I don't want to
actually what
make it difficult. Let's just keep it simple.
Right, I'm thinking for the first prototype, it'll probably be a 9, and then if that works, I was actually kind of thinking of a exactly what G said was a 9 and a 40. But
Why?
if you're running here's the thing, you'd probably wind up having to swap out the upper springs and stuff depending on where you were going to run the 40 at to keep it compensated, and then you're talking about barrel harmonics and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it would almost have to stay the same caliber, but maybe not, just depending on what material and stuff a guy used.
I would just keep it the same caliber. I don't know what purpose having one barrel be 9mm and the other being 40 if they're firing at the same time would serve.
Well, actually, another thing I was thinking about was
One will get there faster.
with a 9mm and a 410.
Depends on what you're shooting, Jason. Which one will get there faster?
Well, if you ever end up getting that calendar or seeing it, you could use one to shoot each eye out with.
Yours or theirs?
You're probably better off you just shoot yourself.
You know you liked it.
You could do a non-lethal version on a second, third run or something with paintball and pepper spray. So you kind of mark somebody and you can still light them up with some spray.
Well, the pepper ball will mark them too.
Oh yeah, you could actually have a disconnect on it then, so that way you either got one or both running, and you could have one side lethal, one side non-lethal.
I think that should be etched into the
Okay. All
sketch there. Definitely, that's not a bad idea. If you can swing, that's not a bad idea though, because some people might want to go one with hollow points, one with FMJ. I don't know.
Right.
You never know. If you work for the mob one day, the hit might be on you. You gotta, you always gotta have that broken arrow.
That's true.
Now the real question is, could he make this thing fire from an open bolt? That would be illegal.
Just put a brace on it.
And don't worry a damn thing about ATF or any of this bullshit. I give you permission. You're fine.
I don't think your protected class protects that much.
Uh-huh. Sure, Rob. Yeah, if I come out with one of these, it's probably never gonna ever.
Look, we got a rich white guy on this panel. We're covered, man.
Shit, I ain't got no damn money.
That's hilarious.
Never, ever trust a New Yorker. Sorry, Rob.
Well, it looks like
Sorry, our president.
Midnight Range is live.
Yeah, he sent his links out a while ago, but we've been going. This has been too good to close it.
Oh, and I mention that this will have the barrels will be sticking out a good inch out of the front, and everything will be ported, so that way it will take away some of the blast.
Only in the cold weather.
Adds to the cool factor, but it's got to be concealable. It's got to be usable.
Yep. No, it will be.
Oh, I'm gonna jump over onto Midnight's panel.
Okay, you do that.
See you later, G23.
Later, all.
Catch you later, quitter.
Uh-huh. Well, we know how he is.
You done grossed him out and ran him off, man.
Yeah.
You grossed him out with that. No, you grossed him out, Jason, with that Golden Girls calendar.
Jason can deny.
Yeah, I probably
He's
did. I'm
on it,
sorry.
but he loved it.
Yeah, I got some stuff in my email here. Way worse than what I saw on the Walmart myself.
Who in the world would send you an email like that?
I don't know. Was it? I don't know. Probably your husband.
No, that's a good. That's probably a good choice.
Got to blame somebody. Blame him.
I'll stick with him.
No. Remember, if you don't know, it's Night Strike's fault.
What just puzzled me is the speed of the mail. It was almost like it was took right out of a photo gallery or something. Wasn't enough time to search it on the net.
Oh, it's his phone. It's his phone saver. I mean, he has it like on his phone.
He's got categories for everything logged for that perfect moment.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you.
The email you sent Jason with the Golden Girls.
The one he sent me?
It didn't mean anything last week, but it will in 2.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. What have we accomplished tonight? We got Pat working on a theoretical double-barreled handgun. We got
ATF
Snob and Jason emailing each other pictures of the Golden Girls after Jason finds a Golden Girls calendar.
Because Jason loved it so much.
Hopefully we got people signing the comment section on the ATF website. Anything else?
We still never found the PC calendar.
No, we still don't know which PC company that was. But we have established that other companies like Dylan and Mac and Snap-on have put out calendars, and maybe even Racier.
Didn't Budweiser put out some?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Our gun has made it further than a lot have so far. I mean, at this point, it's not even tinfoil hat. It's on paper. And you guys have seen it.
Yeah, Gary, I know double barrel handguns already exist, but this is a semi-auto over/under.
Okay, you guys want cocking serrations at front and back then?
Oh, that's a must.
Okay.
I mean, you can't have a modern handgun anymore without cocking serrations.
I'm fine with them just on the back, but whatever. If you want to throw them on the front too, that's cool.
Okay, well, I'm doing design work.
Man, that's so.
Yeah, I ain't got to be all movie cool and do the front press check
so
stuff.
2018 on having front cocking
Well,
serrations.
it all has to do with the machining. I mean, this has all got to go in the machining and everything. So I gotta get it printed down. So because left to right, there is going to be a ejection port on the left and the right. So that way it's going to look really super cool when the I've got shells flying out both sides.
Oh, so this one's going to piss off lefties and righties. Okay.
Exactly.
It's a good thing I can use both my hands.
We're just going to let that go.
Yeah, I'm just going to shut up now.
Take it however you want.
I'll take it that way.
Yeah, you better be careful with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
You're just as bad. Don't even try that.
Starting to sound like a bad song. I want it that way.
Hey, my halo is still up here. Don't forget about the halo.
What are you doing with an orange on your head?
I was going to say, it isn't hanging on the bedpost.
Maybe.
You guys ain't never seen an angel smile with sin?
No, man, they sell those at Victoria's Secrets.
Yeah, actually, they do.
So everything else there.
Don't ask me how I know.
How do you know?
You walk down the wrong aisle at Victoria's Secret with your kids. It's like, nope, turn around.
All right, I guess I'm gonna head over to Midnight's for a bit too.
That reminds
See you later,
Gary.
Yeah, yeah.
Hanging out with this gizzard.
That reminds me, a few years ago, we were at the mall.
Man, I tell you what.
A few years ago, we were at the mall and I had my son with me, and I was going to Victoria's Secret. So, needless to say, he was not happy about having to go in there. It was pretty
How
fun.
old was he?
He's 15 now, so maybe 11 or 12.
Yeah, you probably put him in an awkward spot.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he'd probably definitely go now. He had no problem going now.
Okay, I got the iteration with the serrations and the slide lock and the barrel disconnect up on the top barrel.
Nice. So, what's the name of this thing gonna be? Like, should be something like Badass Mother, or
No, we get sued by Quentin Tarantino.
The Mad Dog.
No, I'm just going to put it underneath a working project name right now, and it's going to be Project Over and Under.
Double bubbles.
You'd get sued by the gum company, man.
No,
Double
working
bubble gotta
name.
get their money somehow.
we're gonna get Snob to make a holster.
Yeah, Snob is gonna have to make a holster for it. It's gonna have to come with a
Oh, if
holster.
this
'Cause You ain't
thing's
gonna be able to find
coming
one anywhere else.
He's going to have to build me a custom.
Yep, he could do that.
Okay, good. And it will be obviously striker fired because I don't know how the hell you do an external hammer for this son of a bitch.
I'll holster for it when it's done.
I don't know how the hell you're gonna get it. Yeah, this I just still can't figure out the physics on this one. It's gonna.
Well, see, actually, I've been thinking about that.
It's not down on paper yet. But if I can capture some of the gas, and it is a sealed magazine. Now, just use your imagination a little bit and try to flow with me here a little bit. If it's a sealed magazine, and if I can port one of those barrels where I can get some gas to come back to the mag, and I'm not sure exactly how it's all going to do it, but just like I said, use your imagination a little bit. If I can get a little bit more power to the right hand spring that's going to go to the top barrel on that, there's going to be a feed ramp that comes off of the right hand side of the gun that actually feeds into the barrel up top. It's almost gonna have a kicker on it, a little.
Why do I get a feeling we are designing a future Forgotten Weapons episode?
We might be, but if I can get it to work, Jesus Christ, I'd have the next.
I think I got the next idea.
So,
I don't know if you're ready for it yet.
Especially if I can cant the barrel on top, up or down, depending on where you want those bullets to go. That's going to be the real pain in the ass, is figuring out how to cant that barrel if you want to, depending on yardage.
All right. What would you guys think of the 2020 SHTF Home Defender hopper fed motion activated defense system in 9mm?
Way too long.
way too long, and you're looking at,
right?
And you're looking at a potential murder charge.
I like where you're going with that.
You install at your own damn risk. I'm just,
You're looking at a murder charge.
I think this show's
on that one.
I think this show's going to get banned for obscene content, and then we're all going to get swatted for sitting here building talk about making firearms.
We're not
on our
actually
chat last
assembling
week,
anything.
we went from top secret military bases all the way to kidnappings and stuff. So, I mean, like, satellites are linking up and computers are freaking out, talking to each other. We might as well just ask them what they think about it.
Yeah, Rob's trying to get people arrested for homicide here. I mean, good Lord.
No, I'm just saying, if that day ever comes, it'd be nice to just hit a button and say, God help us.
If YouTube's out there, just hop in the chat, man. Let's have a conversation.
Are we sure we're even still alive at this point?
Well,
nobody said anything for a while.
And there's a cubicle somewhere and like 2-3 people ignoring COVID restrictions, looking over each other's shoulder, watching this chat, writing names down.
Yeah, it still says we're live, so we are still live.
Okay, well that's good.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna have every alphabet.
I'm just spitballing here.
A double barrel belt fed 9mm is going to be found at a crime scene pretty soon, and they're going to come looking for all of us.
I'm looking at the viewership for the show from the time we started till now, and it's just been a gradual, slow decline in viewership. People are coming in here like, "Oh, this is too crazy for me."
Whatever happens,
yeah.
Whatever happens, we'll blame it on Night Strike.
There you go. I like that idea. I've got most of the material to do this. All I need is the titanium that I'm going to have to do the barrels and the upper on. Because with the pressure I'm going to have to run back to the magazine, it's going to have to be pretty decent stuff. It can't be no mish metal.
Oh, you gotta get a move on this one. I don't want to rush you, but I'm excited about the next one.
Okay, so Rob, I loved everything you threw out there, but can you shorten it up a little bit, and then I'll give it a working title.
Sure, we'll abbreviate everything or something. We'll figure it out.
So, Pat, you got your homework for this week. Rob, you got your homework for this week. Pat's got to get this thing drawn up, and Rob, you got to come up with a legitimate name. Jason and Stacy, I'm sorry, but I have no homework for you. So,
I am perfectly fine with no homework.
No, I'm gonna get since there's still some people left on it. Rob, you're gonna be head of marketing on this since you opened up your big mouth on this, and Rich, you're gonna be head of marketing. Rob,
since when am I in marketing? I've never done marketing in my
you've
life.
opened up your mouth.
I'll do direct sales.
Okay, well, you're director of sales then, and Stacy, you're going to be head of international relations on this because we're going worldwide.
And hey, hold up a minute. This is my show. I'm the CEO, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Who the hell's doing all the legwork here?
Yeah, you're the developer. You're in development.
You've been calling us crazy the whole time, Rich.
Huh?
I ain't sold the patent to you.
Rich is the firearm consultant.
See, he's in charge of project development. That's Pat's job. He's project development.
Okay, well, I'll build it, and then you can be the fall guy when the ATF comes and busts your door down.
No, I'm going to send him in your direction because you're project development. See?
No, because I sold the patent to you already.
We'll just hire somebody else for that.
Night strike.
Jason sales and marketing.
Maybe we get Snob in on this. He can be the fall guy.
Snob is testing.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's
project testing.
Yep, that's right. Okay, yep, he's already got it working.
We'll give him a fancy title like safety engineer, like Homer Simpson.
Yeah,
well, if it goes bad for Snob, if he had dual position, they could never come back on him because he probably won't be able to speak after he shoots the thing.
Especially after I bury him 6 feet under.
Until we get it right. Once it's right, it's perfectly safe. But the first couple of rounds, who knows?
How many guys are we gonna have to find to test this damn thing?
PSA's probably already got one in the works. It'll be here next year or the year after.
Yeah, I got more faith than Pat.
Just glue two Glocks together.
Well, I've got some of the gas system jotted down, but I don't have any of the directions in PSI. I'm going to have to figure that up with titanium with that. So I'm going to have to figure out the working PSI on tube and thickness and everything. So
you know what the funniest part of all this is? Pat thinks I have the money to buy a patent.
The SHD.
Don't have a name. Rich.
Yeah, shit hits the fan. Home defender. The hopper part is, we can just put that in a little writing on the side where you got to lift it, drop your rounds in.
Could be the DB9, the problem solver.
I think somebody else already took that name.
Okay, Rob, so say that one more time so I can give it a working title.
The SHD. So it's a shit hit the fan home defender. It's hopper fed, but we don't, that can just be in little letters on the side somewhere.
Okay, so the SHD.
Yep. So that's short for shit hits the fan home defender.
Okay, well it's officially has a working title.
We can make a smaller one and make it the OD, so for like the office defender.
Yeah, I don't know how well that S word there at the beginning is going to go over with distributors and
No, that'll just have SFHD on the slide. How about I'll throw this in there. The SFHD Mark.
no, it's SHD. There's no F.
SHD?
SHD. Sierra Hotel Delta.
Okay, all right.
Look, if we market this right, this system could be it'd be like sitting in your house, like it'd be like a mailbox, or it'd just be in every home.
Okay.
If we get other people in this, you could get biometrics so it knows you. It's just all what level of money you can spend. But
Right, we'll have options. We'll have options down the road.
Yeah.
Once it comes out. There'll be rolling changes, just like anything else. Okay, so for the first one, I'm kind of a gearhead, and I kind of like the old Pontiacs and stuff like that. I used to run some 400s and 455s, the old big blocks. And they went by Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 4. What about the SHD Mark 1?
Yeah, that works.
Or is that too wordy?
I'm just trying to picture it in some high-end survival magazine. So I don't know.
On a calendar.
With scantily clad women.
Holding it.
Double the trouble, double the fun.
Okay, well, we'll just go with SHD for right now. That's the working title. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, we got time. That's next step down anyway. But the way things are going, we might need to put a rush on that one.
Yeah, well, I know several.
We need to get that rich white guy to pay for you to get an assistant.
There you go.
Shit, we got to make money before we can pay for anything.
I think this company's headed for the shitter.
This venture might be dead before we get started.
It
That's
might,
bait, boys. That's bait.
it might be FDT. Flushed down toilet.
DOA.
Oh, well, you're being kind. I was thinking of...
That's kind of a cool name for a gun. I know it would be bad.
You would
but-
get the hell suit out of you.
Yeah, but it would be kind of cool. Like if you could come up with something else to stand for it, but we all really know.
Just I'd be like advertising a firearm saying better you than me. They'd come after you.
Hey, if they got ammunition called RIP,
Well, you only use that gun when it's completely legally justified to 100% stop the threat. Duh.
yeah, seriously, you got ammunition that's RIP, so we can have a gun that's called the DOA.
You could use it for a drop gun. That way, you could tell him you were so scared. You was laughing so hard, he's afraid he's going to bust a gut.
We'll have a little paper in there that says it's not allowed to be used like a Biden gun to take out kneecaps.
Well, you can take out both kneecaps at one time. Have one barrel pointed at one way, the other one can't decide.
That'd go against the name. You can't do that.
The kneecapper.
No, we'd have two models. We'd have the DOA and the kneecapper.
And then we'd have the ATF after us. You got to use it the right way, damn it.
4 cops, they'd fire 8 shots.
So I said you have two different models. You have the DOA, which is the lethal variant, and then you have the kneecapper, which is the Joe Biden idea of a non-lethal.
And that just rang a bell. We should just stick Mystic on the FBI guys.
Okay.
She likes a guy in uniform.
I do.
Snob will get the tractor ready.
Wow, we've gone down a lot of rabbit holes tonight.
Yeah, I think I have to wrap this up before we get any crazier at this point. Save the crazy for Thursday night, guys. Come on.
Okay, so are you doing your Thursday night special then?
We're doing the Christmas special. It's the yearly Christmas special. Come on, it's Christmas Eve on Thursday. And we're going to court Jason to do it.
Bring your own bottle.
Okay, well, I haven't been a part of one yet, so I am.
You weren't on last year's?
No, I didn't get started until middle of January.
No, last year was out there.
Last year was awesome. Moo's already said that he's going to go start stocking up, so he'll be in full on drunk mode.
Sweet, I'll have somebody to drink with.
I'm pretty sure I was drinking that night.
The other one I remember for sure was 4 Sheets to the Wind was Moo. Oh, God. Can you imagine if we had roll call and Moo on there both drinking?
I remember I was drinking one night. I don't remember if it was that night. I remember telling David on text message about the fact that I probably should have ate something before I started drinking. And he was telling me to go eat something, and I didn't listen to him. And I didn't feel that drunk, or I didn't feel that buzzed until I went to stand up, and I started feeling dizzy. And then Snob came in, and I was a little bit more than I thought I was.
Will Snob have a drink with us for Christmas Eve?
A girly one.
Girly
Are you saying Snob had a good night?
What is Snob going to be drinking like fuzzy navels and shit like that?
He drinks like butter shots or green apple Smirnoffs.
Hey, whatever, man. Whatever you want to drink. Let's have a good time. It's a celebration. Enjoy yourselves.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Okay, so as far as the Christmas special goes, then what do you do? A movie or something, or is it just everybody hanging out and just?
No, we just hang out and talk bullshit. Maybe do a bracket or two. You know,
we relive the Christmas miracle, dude.
Yeah, we haven't done a bracket in a long time.
It's not serious business like this.
Yeah, we did a bracket. You just weren't here for it.
No, I was a part of one bracket. It was after January at some point in time because I was.
We just did one. You just weren't here for it.
I got a bracket for it.
We did one around Veterans Day.
You could have
movies.
You could have a bracket of things that make you go. Ugh.
The Golden Girls, number 1.
Things that make your penis invert.
Pat talking about.
Well, how's that work for me? I don't have a penis.
Was he looking to borrow one or what?
I'm looking to borrow a few.
Damn.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
Righty then.
Well, Thursday ought to be interesting.
Yeah, we're not even drinking yet.
Yeah, wait till we're drinking. If you hate me now, man, wait till you get me drunk.
Oh,
the thing about Moo that you're going to find out is the more he drinks, the funnier he gets. Roll call, the more he drinks, the angrier he gets.
Well, because I watched last year's, because that's when I was like starting to get into podcasting. And I watched it and I was like, holy crap, these guys are fun. So that's why I asked for a link.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun Thursday. I got to figure out at least one bracket, I guess. Christmas cookie bracket? Or is that too midnight range-ish? Shit, he might be doing that tonight.
Yeah, it's a little soft for the occasion.
How about Christmas drinks?
Eggnog. Come on. It's a no-brainer.
Spiked with what?
Rum. Traditional.
Best looking Christmas elf.
There's a lot of different ones though, because
Dude, we did Christmas songs and everybody bitched because the Chipmunks won.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
Sacrilegious.
Porky Pig's Blue Christmas.
Yeah, the Chipmunks won Best Christmas Song 2 years ago, and I haven't lived it down since. And like, hey, you know what? I'm not the only one who was voting, people.
It's Christmas, Charlie Brown.
That's a Christmas cartoon. And
Rusty Chevrolet.
that came in second, I believe, last year in the bracket because Rudolph won, didn't it?
Rusty Chevrolet didn't win that over the freaking Chipmunks?
Pat,
Damn.
we're not talking about the song one anymore. But yeah, I believe Rudolph won the Best Christmas Special last year.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to beat Rudolph.
Rudy.
And I think Charlie Brown came in second. What the hell was the second bracket we did?
Did we do songs?
Yeah, it was something with songs. But I don't know what one.
Was it ballads? 80s ballads?
I don't remember if that was the power ballad one or if that was a different one. We did 2 power ballad ones, but I don't remember either one of them being on the Christmas episode.
If I do a disconnect, I'm gonna
I might have to go back and look. I don't even remember what was all.
Did we just do songs? Remember, one was Guns N' Roses, You Could Be Mine.
That might have been that bracket, yeah.
No, I can't do a wishbone because
Heavy metal movie songs. That's what was the second bracket on.
Yeah,
the
movies.
then I won't fucking
hard rock and heavy metal movie songs.
And me and Kingpin tried to make it very clear that Queen is not music.
It is.
They're just haters. See, Kingpin has corrupted.
Oh, I
Jason.
admit it. I hate Queen.
Kingpin has corrupted Jason. See, Kingpin for years has been saying that I corrupted Jason on Emmett Otter, but it's the other way around. Kingpin corrupted Jason when it comes to Queen.
No, David and I are just like-minded, fine young Americans.
See, the corruption goes deep.
The deep state.
Yeah. Kingpin is the deep state. He's the deep state anti-Queen branch, and he's just thoroughly corrupted you at this point.
Okay, I come into one engineering problem. Just to let everybody know, if I'm gonna do this wishbone spring setup, I have to have 2 live rounds going at the same time. Both the same power, because if I take something like a lethal and a non-lethal where it doesn't have near as much punch coming out the barrel, or if I do a barrel disconnect where I'm just doing one barrel on it, it's not going to have enough pressure to overcome both springs at the same time.
Nope.
For the
And
slide.
you know what else you're going to run into? Because this is all going to have to run off of one slide. Even if you only have one barrel firing at a time, you're going to be wasting a round because the one's going to get kicked out and ejected when the other one's being ejected.
No, that's
Alternating ejector.
No, they should eject at the same time because they should go off at the same exact time. But
Well, he said he's going to set up where you fire.
the diverter there, I see what you're saying because there would be a variance in power and whatnot. So, if need be, you can skip that. I mean, as long as we can get a double punch 18 mil coming out there. Yeah, baby.
I think the first prototype's going to have to be like that. I'm going to have to get away from the disconnect.
That's 100% acceptable.
Make it a double 40 because then you have an 80. That's much more powerful than an 18.
Well, see, and that's what I'm going for. I'm going to start out with the 9mm, and then if somebody wants to go with I think 9mm is probably going to be the lowest.
Yeah.
I probably go on it for caliber wise, and then work my way up to 9, do a 10, do a 40.
You do a double 40, and that gives you an 80, and that's almost an 88 Magnum. And we all know from Johnny Dangerously, the 88 Magnum shoots through schools. Not populated schools, just school buildings. We don't want YouTube taking that the wrong way.
Right. Okay. Well, the SHD is on its way. So.
All right. Well, I was thinking that would be the second project name.
Well,
the hopper fed home defender or office defender. This other one, I don't know what would be great. I mean, if you want to run with it somehow or something, that's fine. But
Okay.
I was thinking something like badass mofo or the DOA or but they say we can't use DOA, so it's got to be something with cojones,
Well, tomorrow I'll ask my Chinese secretary if she's got any connections back home in firearms manufacturing.
Oh God, we don't want that. Have you seen Chinese handguns? The 1911s don't even have real sights. I mean, sights. They're just milled into the slide, and the safety's just milled into the slide. It's not an actual safety lever. It just looks like it's a safety lever.
Yeah, but they got all our technology. They could just maybe share a little back with us.
Yeah, there you go. They already reverse engineered it.
That's not gun technology. That's like.
Yeah, I'd rather keep this in house, within our little U.S. circle here.
That would be nice. Okay, so we have the home defender, office defender, and what about a street defender?
You mean like if you get stuck in a crowd with your family in the car, you can just deploy this thing, drop it out the window, and
Street defender, a double barrel Mossberg shockwave type thing.
Well, what I'm saying is the home defender could be the 9mm, and just label each one different on different calibers. Like the home defender's the 9.
Are you talking about the gun, or are you talking about our ammo topper, motion detected destroyer of anything coming to get you?
No, that is homicide. That's a homicide. You can't do that one.
No, and it's the fans. There is no laws.
Yep, because the Mark 1 or the Mark 2 or the Mark 3 or the Mark 4, depending on whatever we want to call it.
There might not be any laws when you go to use it. There's definitely going to be laws when you go to buy it. So no, we cannot do the
SHD
automated motion detecting Ed 209 thing, Rob. They can't do that.
It's perfectly legal. It's all the intent. What you do with it.
I got it. The SHD Outlaw series, because that's going to come with a grenade launcher that straps onto the underside of it.
No, I don't think that would be legal either. Then you have a destructive device.
No, because that's when it's totally shit hits the fan, and
you
can buy it and buy it. No, we just make another company. They make the parts, and you don't put it together until shit hits the fan. Then you put the kit together, and then you
no, because then you have constructive intent.
Depends on how the parts have to be put together.
I like where he's taking this. He's talking about aftermarket bolt-ons that have no liability to us.
Yep.
Individually, they're all legal. You strap them together, and oh boy.
He's saying we got to form another company to do it. That still falls under this title of this. the primary company, and liability still exists.
Nope, totally separate, because then Snob's going to, not only is he going to be our test firer, but he's going to be our subsidiary that is totally disconnected from our company.
Why are you going to argue the legality with the one person in here that has anything close to a law degree?
I'm just trying to shift blame at this point.
And I'm trying to keep us from getting any kind of blame.
Look,
Oh,
Rich,
so
as
now
long
you
as you
are on
keep the
board.
hopper full, it don't matter who's coming.
You know, I don't want to go to jail because Rob wants an automated robot to defend his front door.
Hey, if they can't read the damn sign with the doorbell that's a mile down the road, it ain't my fault. Okay.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, we seriously need to start wrapping this up at this point. So, Stacy, you got anything you want to plug or any sanity you want to leave those people with?
One, it's all Night Struck's fault. So they can all go see him.
And the dog.
Exactly, boy.
My dogs agreed. So, other than that, no.
Okie dokie. What about you, Rob? Rob. Woo.
No, I ain't got nothing going on. Thanks for having me. If you guys are interested, you know, put a 1 in the chat and maybe we can get one of these things out to you. So, other than that, thanks for being with us.
Hell, at this point, I don't know if anybody's still out there. They're probably over watching Midnight Show now. Like, this is getting too crazy. We're gonna go watch The Closer. That's saying something, man. If we chase people off for craziness and they go over to The Closer, yeah. What about you, Pat?
Well, it's definitely been an interesting conversation tonight. It's definitely got the gears in my head turning. And the SHD, hopefully coming in the spring of 2021.
Don't make promises we can't keep.
I said hopefully. I didn't put any promises out there.
Yeah, and the way this community is, come on. Hopefully means it'll definitely. So.
Honestly, if they can't take it as a joke at this point in time, then yeah.
Shit, you got you drawing sketches and shit.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna build the fucking thing. Okay, 2026.
Okay, that sounds more realistic.
No, but seriously, all joking aside, thanks for having me on tonight, Rich. Thanks for everybody being on tonight and kind of going along with this. But I'm gonna keep sketching on it. I'm dead serious. I'm gonna see if I can get some of the mechanics and stuff worked out on it and pressures, and see if I can scratch my head on it and see if it is even mechanically doable. But anywho, getting away from that for a second. Thanks again for having me on. I had a blast tonight. It really was. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess we'll see you guys on Thursday, hopefully.
Okie dokie. Jason, what about you?
Thanks for the invite, Rich. Good one as always. Looking forward to the Christmas Eve. And I don't know. Thanks for having me.
Yep, no problem.
I got nothing to plug, but
no, because we're taking your show on Thursday, so you got nothing to. Yeah, we're stealing your show. We're hijacking it.
Yeah, I'm wanting to plug something about as soon as possible, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Well, you know how to get in touch with the Golden Girls calendar.
Wow.
There's out of stock story of my life.
Don't worry, I'm still searching for you.
Pat can probably hook you up with somebody from Brazil.
Oh, before I forget,
foreign affair.
Yeah, before I forget, Jason, thanks for having me on your show the other night for the first time. Had a good time over there, and I know I had to split all of a sudden, but yeah, kids called, so had to get out, had to bail. So
Cool, man. I'll just wait till after chat, but thanks.
All right.
Alrighty. And with that, we will bid you all adieu and remind you to check out Thursday. That'll be around 8 p.m. Eastern, Christmas Eve night. Be there because you don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. But it's definitely going to be fun. It has been the last 2 years when we've done it. It will be this year. So be sure to check that out. And be sure to, if you haven't already, go up there to the link that is pinned at the top of the page and comment in all seriousness, on the ATF's stupid nonsense with the pistol braces. Because there's going to be a hell of a lot of people affected by this if this goes through. Millions of people are going to be affected by this one. We got to do what we can to stop it. Go comment. Hopefully it works. It worked with the 5.56 ammo. It might work with this. That's all I got for now. So we will see you Thursday. And this is where you throw out your taglines, guys.
Stay safe. Carry your weapon.
Not my fault.
Buy at your own risk.
If you'll leave it, I'll retrieve it.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.